What is up, everybody? Happy Festivus, you filthy animals. Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers' 6th Annual Festivus Live Stream. Tonight, me and members of the Excitable PCP crew will be gathering around the Festivus pole, which has been erected right here. An actual fence pole stolen from a construction site years ago. That is our Festivus pole. Welcome, everybody. Tonight, we will be airing our grievances and displaying our feats of strength. We are celebrating Festivus tonight. A Festivus for the rest of us. This is the 6th year in a row that we're doing it. Thank you all so much for being here. We want to hear your grievances as well. And I do notice that GTK Comics already started because he can't begin to describe how many ways you guys have disappointed me this year. All right, we got a great panel here tonight, including my longtime friend who just gave me an awesome Christmas present today. It was fantastic. It's Brooks. What's up, my man?
I got a lot of problems with you people, but we'll save that for later.
You ain't gonna finish the quote? Okay.
That was the quote, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there's more to it. There's like, and that tonight now you're gonna hear about it or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's right. And now you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah. All right, first time ever here on the Festivus live stream. Y'all, we got the missing link himself. What is up?
What up, fellas? It's going to be a difficult Festivus grievances for me because I'm happy to be here. So we'll see how that works out.
Nice, I like that. Also, first time ever on Festivus joining us, it's Fable. What is up, my man?
Station. What is going on, everybody? Sorry, the
You're in
cops
New
are
York,
after.
everybody. Just
I'm
so
on
you
the
know,
right.
live from New York. It's one collection down. Also, I don't know how far away you guys are from each other, but also in your neck of the woods, our good friend Joe Corallo is here for his, I believe, second Festivus stream with us.
It's true. I am here.
All right. There may be other members of the Excitable PCP crew joining us throughout the night, but we want to show appreciation for everybody here, including GTK Comic. We also got Nick Comic Culture in the house. What is up, my dude? Average Comics Joe. Our man from DHS, it's Dylan. Ayo, Station Dylan, how you doing? We got R. Ariaga in the house. We got the sexy one himself, that one Eric, how you doing? We got the Luke Meister in the house. Eagle Tiger. No. Eagle Tiger is here for the airing of the grievances is the best, absolutely. Brad was here. Man, I was worried this wasn't happening this year. So glad it is. Yes. We also got Inja Binja in the house. Hey. Fable with his damn hair down again. He's coming after some awards, I think, next year. That's what's going on there. Yeah, we planned this for earlier, 2 hours earlier, but I actually had to work a double today because one of my employees came down with COVID and no one could fill in the shift. And so, I had to pull in a double, but I'm not going to add that to my list of grievances, because we still got a good crew here tonight. Jelani does wish us all a happy Festivus. He's not going to be able to make us. And I told him, you better be getting laid tonight to skip out on Festivus, brother. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so we're going to kick it off and we're going to show everybody who hasn't been here before how it's done. So Brooks, 2023, you've been holding in all year long. You have just been so kind, so courteous, so prim and proper on every stream that you're a part of. But tonight's the night for all the pent-up frustration to boil over the surface. Brooks, please air your 2023 grievances.
Well, one thing I've noticed is that, Marvel's still doing their thing in regards to trade paperbacks. They're fucking overpriced. And I can get a fucking gorgeous hardcover with all kinds of cool shit in it for an equal price or sometimes even less than a fucking Marvel trade paperback. This is a fucking travesty. It will not stand, and Marvel is not listening to me, and that's why they're fucking up. That's why you lose, Marvel. But I think the main thing this year that I've noticed.
Hold on a second, Brooks. You are right. We look at these trade paperbacks, right? We find these hardcovers from Fantagraphics or Drawn and Quarterly, all this gnarly indie stuff, all this cool stuff that's on like NPR's best of lists and shit. They're like $30-$40. Marvel puts out a trade paperback of like 8 comics. It's $50, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
If you're lucky, sometimes 60. Like, fuck you guys. But yeah, like my main grievance though is something I noticed. I've been doing shows with Jelani for this Go Figure Reviews thing, and like a lot of things, like the figures I've been reviewing, the biggest problem is like they're giving us less and then charging us more money. Like so many figures that have come out, like I've been like, oh man, I think this figure is great, but like they charge too much for it, and they don't give you enough extra stuff. Like the Legends lately have been like really bad about that. It's like they'll give you like sometimes an extra head and like maybe a couple of pairs of fucking hands or some shit. It's like, this is bullshit, man. Like you're not gonna give us a stand. You're not gonna give us accessories. It's like, I don't like it.
Didn't you used to get like comic books with like the Legends?
Well,
yeah, you used to get comic books. You used to get like stands, like displays.
Yeah, like
you get a lot of extra stuff.
Things, like the Origins figures. They still give us the little comics and stuff. They give every like guy, all his weapons and stuff. Like these Legends are like, sometimes you're lucky to get a fucking extra pair of hands. Like that's the bare minimum usually. Is like each figure will at the very least come with 1 pair of fucking hands. And like, come on, man. Like, especially with like characters who like have masks, and you want to if you have a masked character, like throw a unmasked head in there,
Yeah.
Like we deserve better than this.
They don't be right.
They're shitting on us. They're shitting all over us.
Dude, like that was one of my favorite things about toys back in the day, bro. Was like G.I. Joe toys, right? Like I didn't even like, one of my favorite G.I. Joes is, what's his name? But is it Lifeline or some shit like that? Right? I don't know. He's like the medic. Why? He's the most boring, muggle ass, regular ass fucking G.I. Joe there is, but he came with this little fucking backpack that you could open up and it had tools and shit. And he had a helmet. Like I love shit like that. Boa was one of my favorite G.I. Joes back in the day. Why? Because he came with boxing gloves you could pull on and off. And like, I ate that shit up. Centurions made me cream my pants before I was even able to physically do that. Like it was just, those things were amazing. Transformers though were always like Transformers. I was like, there's too many fucking parts on some of these Transformers, man. A tape cassette doesn't look like this with all this added shit on it or whatever. But that is something that I'm noticing as a retailer, is that there's less and less on these toys. Even with NECA, even some of the NECA toys now that used to come with like so many different like heads and arms and weapons and all kinds of stuff. They're getting kind of scrimpy, but like you said, those prices are going up while the quality and how much you get is actually going down, bro.
Yeah. The sad thing is like they're good figures too. Like the figures themselves are good, but they're not like the price that you're being charged good,
Yeah. Any other grievances? Or is it mostly about the toys there?
Yeah.
So you're basically, we could sum up both of your grievances as shit's too expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it is.
You're right.
Argue with me about this?
No, I'm not going to argue with you about that. No, not at all. Not at all, brother. All right, Link. It's time for your very first ever PCP airing of the grievances.
I will, first off, I will second Brooks that prices are way too high for everything. I remember back in like 2009 when comics started to go from like $2.99 to $3.99, was tore me up. I was pissed off. Then it became the standard, and now here we are, like over 10 years later, and it's like, what's the average comic now? Is it still $3.99, or is it like $4.99? The average comic
might be like $5. I mean, if you actually did an average, I bet it's like $5.50 or some shit like that. Honestly,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Terrible. The video games have gone up. $50 used to be a lot. Then it was $60. Now we're at $70 a pop, and these games
they don't even want to give you a physical fucking thing. They like your video game prices going up.
What's another thing? Movie links. All right. I've gotten to the point where if a movie's like more than an hour and a half, I'm already deducting points. Like, oh, they're trying too hard, doing too much. But beyond that, I mean, that's really it. The only thing gets under my skin this year, to be honest.
All right, shit costing too much.
Yeah.
Including comics, right? And the length of fucking movies. You know who I think we have to fault for that? Judd Apatow. Actually, who we have to fault for it is the fucking audience, right? So there's a grievance right there. The movie-going fucking audience who, like, supported the Judd Apatow 2.5 hour fucking comedies that were so popular like 10, 15 years ago. Like that, they were like, man, we can sell a comic for that. Then all of a sudden, Damien Leone's like, dude, let me do Terrifier 2. It's going to be 2.5 hours. There's no fucking reason for that movie to be that long. The first one was 1.5 hours and it felt long. Like, why do they not understand pacing right now? Like, that's one. And here's the thing, y'all don't be too kind. This is the time to really lay, like Brooks was doing, like, no, fuck Marvel. They're shitting all over you. Fuck Hasbro. They're shitting all over you. Fuck Hollywood. They're shitting all over you. This is the one moment you get to do it without being afraid here on PCP. There you go. There you go. Those are some good grievances, Link. I'm proud of you.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
I'm starting to get heated already, and I haven't even gotten to my fucking list.
Oh,
All right, Fable. You're a very positive dude. We love that about you, but behind every positive dude, there is a list of grievances. So why don't you air yours while I encourage the chat to share your grievances, and please join the conversation.
All right. So you guys know I collect action figures, particularly Transformers, right? So I signed up for Hasbro Pulse, right? If you guys know, Hasbro Pulse is the actual company that makes the damn Transformers, and they have their own website where they offer their toys. And they even have a membership where they offer exclusive deals and exclusive timing on certain pre-orders, right? Well, fuck that, man, because that fucking membership ain't worth a goddamn thing. Let me tell you something. They fucking put this shit an hour ahead of time, right? An hour ahead of time for the members, right? And the toy still sells out in 5 minutes. How does a fucking toy sell out to pre-sale to members an hour before it hits the public? Come on, what kind of shit, bro? Is that?
Right? That's what I keep hearing. Like Mike always talks about that, like bots, people coming in there, like snatching them all up and shit like that, man.
Bro, you know I've been looking for Unicron, right? He's like the crown jewel of my collection. I need a Unicron to complete this collection, right? They came out with a Unicron a few years ago. Came out for about $500-600. Went sold out. I neglected to jump on it. I should have jumped on it. Anyway, long story short, the shit was like $2,000. Forever on eBay, right? No way I can get it. One day Hasbro Pulse goes, hey, exclusive to our members, we're releasing Unicron again. I'm like, holy shit. I go on the website, it's gone already in seconds, I'm telling you. So I'm like, what the hell is the point paying these guys $50 a year for what? If I'm still gonna get screwed. So fuck Hasbro Pulse. Also, sometimes they offer these toys and I see other retailers already shipping them before Hasbro does. What the hell is that? I'm like, I'm going on my Instagram feed and some fucking toy store in Singapore is showing the toy I just pre-ordered. And I'm like, how does Singapore get this shit before we do? I don't understand this, but whatever. That's the first grievance I have. Hasbro Pulse, go to hell. Get better, do something. You know what I mean? Okay.
Here's
No,
one of your
Singapore in
resolutions.
Canada?
One of your I'm sorry, what did you say, Brooks?
Is Singapore in Canada?
Singapore is a country, brother, in the Pacific.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in East Asia.
Yes.
That was a city.
I got a grievance about the fucking Alabama public education system. I'll tell you that. Jesus Christ, brother. You're 40 years old.
Yeah.
I
And
learned that
Alabama.
stuff like 20 years ago.
What happened?
Fable dipped out, man. The Hasbro Pulse came around and they were fucking cutting it out. I'm sure he'll be joining us back again too. He's right, dude. And what I was going to say is let's all encourage Fable when he gets back that his New Year's resolution needs to be dropping his subscription to Hasbro Pulse, bro. What are you doing? Why are you doing that to yourself, man?
See, the Hasbro guys, they heard everything I said and they cut my stream
They said
immediately. Screw you guys.
Big Hasbro's going after you.
But yeah, my second grievance is Instagram. I love Instagram. I met so many of you guys on Instagram. I created, you know what I mean, this platform, there's this thing on Instagram. But Instagram, for some reason, likes to change their button layout around like every fucking 2 weeks. It is kind of ridiculous. And then when you try to make content on that shit, it's like a nightmare. Like people can't join. They're all out of freaking sync. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how you're $1 billion corporation and you can't get your goddamn app to work smoothly for 24 hours. That's all we're asking. I mean, I had to move my show from Instagram to YouTube this year because of this nonsense.
Bro, that last show I did with you on IG, I didn't see you the entire fucking show. I heard you, but you
I've
were just a
heard
black
this
screen.
before, yeah. It is ridiculous. I mean, you want people to make content on your platform, give them the tools necessary to make it. I cannot believe that it's 2023, you're $1 billion corporation, and you can't mess with TikTok. TikTok came out of nowhere and ate your lunch. Ridiculous. So yeah, that's my second grievance. And I guess my last grievance would be the decline of physical media. You know, it just blindsided us in 2023. I heard it was going to happen gradually. No, it didn't happen gradually. It happened like in 2 days. It felt like it happened in a week. Like all of a sudden, there's no fucking shit in Best Buy. You can't buy anything at Target. Video games, forget about it. And that's the real sucky part. I mean, I know we talk about DVDs and all that, but I think there's a boutique thing for DVDs going on that you can probably still get a lot of them. But with video games, oh my God, you're going to be stuck paying those $70 prices. And I just heard that Sony wants to charge $100 for video games. So like, if there's no physical media, there's no secondhand market, what are we going to do? Can we really afford the video game hobby anymore? So screw you for taking away physical media and particularly in video games.
Well, here, okay, I got a question then, Fable, because, you know, I'm not plugged in, no pun intended, to the video game world anymore, right? But like, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of these expensive ass games that come out also then ask you to pay more to get like the extra
shit in the
stuff
game
as it goes on, right?
Yeah. That's why I stopped playing NBA 2K. I used to be an NBA 2K head, loved that basketball game to death. And then one time I was playing the game. Well, I wasn't playing the game. I was watching a video about the game. And the guy in the video game said, in order to get this pair of sneakers in the game, which, you know, the sneakers make you run faster or they do things for the character. In order to get the sneakers, you got to pay like, I don't know, 10,000 games or some shit like that. Like, it is ridiculous. So it's like, you can't earn it naturally. So the only option you have is to pay for it outright with cash, but you already paid $60 for the game. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's terrible.
And they make it where you can earn it in the game, but it would take you so fucking long that you don't feel like it'd be worth it.
Yeah, once you get the fucking sneakers, you already paid 10,000 games. You don't want to play the game anymore. You're like, screw this.
By that time, you're like 3 years. Like the next 3 games have already come out.
Yeah.
The next 3 years have already passed. You know.
There you go. So,
that would be like the equivalent of like, could you imagine we were kids and we were like, Mom, thank you so much for getting me Super Mario Brothers 3. Hey, I just beat World 1. I need $10.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Like, that would be ridiculous.
Crazy.
Like, I got like one of the most, I mean, this was an app game. It was on my phone, but you remember that Super Mario Run game, right?
Yeah.
You had to pay for extra shit on that. You had to pay for new levels. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? That's not how games work. What the fuck? Nintendo used to fit everything on a fucking chip. Yeah. They did that shit in a cave.
With scraps. Dude, I had to today this year there was a game that came out. And in America, for some reason, it didn't come out physically, right? It was all digital. So, but I have a physical collection of this game series. So, of course, I want the next game physically, right? To just put in that collection, make it look nice on the shelf. Long story short, in China, they're still producing physical copies. So I had to go to a website that sold Chinese games of this game to get it, right? And it was $40. Not too bad. So anyway, I go back to the site to see where my game is, and they're charging $55. So I guess they got the gist of the physical game. You know what I mean? And they realized people are going to pay a little extra, and they raised it $15 in a week before I even, you know what I mean? Just checking back. So this is what's happening with physical media, and it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hate the whole downfall of physical media. Like, honestly, and I get it. Not everybody's got room to hold all this shit, you know? And I love how people say that shit, but then they're like, I just bought a new boat and I got this fucking payment on 3 cars and we're adding a fucking extra room to the house and oh yeah, here's my fucking collection of D&D minis, or here's my collection of Star Wars vintage figures. Like, I get it. It's expensive, and it's expensive as far as space to be a collector, right? Like, we've all hit these points where I've hit it, and I got rid of a lot of stuff this year in my actual collection. I'm getting rid of Power Ranger stuff because I don't have room for it. I'd rather, display my vintage Turtles figures or vintage He-Man figures or my modern Transformers figures, right? Like, or my NECAs. Like, I got rid of all my Pops this year. The only Pops I have left are like very special to me. Like, I got like some giant ones, 2 of them were gifts from Mike. I got like a big Count Chocula and a big Frankenberry. I got a big Cthulhu, right? I got this the Teen Wolf. I got the Teen Wolf one up there. That was a gift. I'll probably sell that one too, to be honest with you. I still have my Amari Cooper Pop because I forgot that I still had it. So now like I'm stuck with this idea that I got to sell a single Amari Cooper Dallas Cowboys pop. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just going to give it to someone. I'm just going to send it in the mystery box. Herm, it's coming your way. Anyway, so Herm's going to get a Dallas Cowboy pop in his mystery box. He's fucking funny. But like, I understand all that. But we are still collectors. Yeah. People do still collect. And I hate the idea of, like, for instance, here's a grievance. Why is Barbarian still not released on Blu-ray in the States at all?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense. And, my biggest thing, Rex and Amy talked about this not too long ago on one of our Friday shows. Like, how in the hell are we leaving it up to these corporations to curate our personal media library?
Yeah. They're locking down the market to themselves. They're cutting out all the middlemen, and there's no secondary market. I get it from their angle, but that's a short-term play. Long-term wise, people, if you're forcing people to pay your prices and that's it, there's nowhere else to go, then people are not going to buy your shit. That's the long-term play for that. $100 video game. Yeah, I don't think I'm buying little Timmy a PlayStation this year. Those games cost $100.
Well, basically buying a new gaming system for your kid is like basically buying them a fucking new computer every 3 years. Like, which you have to do as well. Like, what the fuck, man? I appreciate technology, but they kayfabe that shit too, bro. They're like, oh, there's so many advances. There are many advances. The government is like 20, 30 years ahead of us in technology. You know what I'm saying? But like, they're slowly dishing out. Oh, now we got these features. They had that shit for fucking years, man. But they're gonna charge you more, and then your shit gets outdated. You can't fucking do nothing with it. Yeah. Fuck all that shit. Nothing's backwards compatible anymore, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. And forget doing anything outside of the internet. You know what I mean? Even to just play your DVDs, you might need to authenticate them. You might need a goddamn connection. And you have the physical media there, but it won't let you play it because some server didn't ping to your damn freaking system. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Especially with some of these internet companies, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right. Let's take a quick break in the negativity of the grievances. Because I got to go grab something to let my cat out of this room. But I want you guys to have, I just want to know real quick, what's the best comic book you read this year that you can remember? Brooks, kick us off. I'll be right back.
I really like the new series of Second Coming. That's probably the thing I remember most about this year reading. What about y'all? Link, what about you?
Since I'm a Remember Stain, I'll go with The Sacrificers. That was that's a pretty good one. Uncanny. Uncanny. What is the amazing? The Nightcrawler one, where he's like Spider-Man. Uncanny Spider-Man.
Uncanny Spider-Man.
It's not life-changing. It's been fun, and it's a fun idea. It's cool. I like his name, Creepy Crawler. And you've been canceled. It was a fun one that was recommended to me by our brother Stu, and that was a shocker for me. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You said you've been canceled in what?
Sacrificers and Uncanny. I'm blinking on again.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Uncanny Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fun. You know, I just like the idea of Nightcrawler. It's nothing life-changing, but I think it's fun. You know, Nightcrawler doing his thing out in New York
Okay.
solo.
What did Brooks say?
I said a second coming.
Second,
Oh, nice.
This was Only Begotten Son was the name of this one.
Trinity.
Trinity. Okay, Trinity. Only Begotten Son was the
Trinity.
second.
All right.
this is the
What
third
about you,
one.
Fable?
Of course, I got to mention Transformers, Danny Warren Johnson. These last 3 issues have been fantastic. The art is amazing. I love this recontextualized retelling of G1 cartoon. I think it's great. So yeah, Transformers definitely number 1 for me. And Blade has been pretty good. I love Elena Casagrande. Brian Hill's doing his thing on Blade. I think that title's really good. It gives me that Black Widow vibes that I loved from Kelly Thompson and Casagrande as well. And if I had to pick something that just like threw me off or just shocked the shit out of me, I would say the Hellfire Gala, man. The Hellfire Gala, when I read that one.
You tell me X-Men did one good issue this year.
Yeah. Well, no, actually X-Men 25 or 26 was the follow-up, and they were both written by Duggan, and I like what they did with Kitty. Yeah, in that issue where they turned her into a freaking ninja, basically.
Okay.
An assassin.
Never did that before.
I really also liked Children of the Vault. That might have been my favorite.
Yeah,
Expo
Children of the Vault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one really surprised me because like everybody has varying degrees of like to the Krakoan era or whatever, but man, they fucking like destroyed it in one issue. It was just amazing.
Dude, if they would, this is the thing. If they would have done that shit a year ago, we would have been like, this X-Men shit's dope. Like if that would have been like Hickman's, like I mean, we'll never know. I mean, we'll know eventually. You know, like 10 years from now, somebody's going to be interviewing Hickman, and he's not going to be at Marvel anymore. He won't be had been at Marvel for a few years, and he's going to let it all slide out or something, right? Like he'll just kind of like tell us what's up, you know, like kind of like what Grant's been doing on their Substack with like talking about like some of the pitches that didn't get picked up and shit like that. And the one pitch I really want to read is that Mark Waid, Grant Morrison, Mark Miller, Tom Payer, Superman. Like that's a world that I wish I lived in, bro.
Yeah.
Like I love that Loeb, Joe Kelly era, but like, could you imagine if that would have happened? And we're talking about one of the roughest times of comics, the late 90s, early 2000s, where like they could have pretty much done a lot of whatever the fuck they wanted because only like 20,000 people were buying comics, period, probably.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
What about you, Joe? What's one of your favorite reads of the year? Unless Fable, you're not done. I'm sorry.
I guess special shout out Punisher. I don't know.
Which one? Jason Aaron.
Jason Aaron. Yeah. Special shout out.
There's Billy. Oh shit. I know one of Billy's grievances this year. All right, Joe. What about you, man?
Right. You know, someone just mentioned in the chat, but Conan the Barbarian. Like,
nice.
I'm a fairly casual Conan fan. Like, I watched the cartoon Conan the Adventures growing up. I dipped in for and out of like the Dark Horse stuff over the years. Read some of the older stuff. Like, I would say I'm more of a casual Conan fan. But what Jim Zub has been doing, like, holy shit. Incredible stuff. Absolutely been loving that. This is the first time in a long time that I feel like both Superman and Action Comics have been like good things like this year. I've overall really enjoyed Superman comics and have been able to talk to other people about Superman comics who have also been like, I too am enjoying a Superman comic,
and we all say it in surprise.
Yeah, right. It's been really great, but like I mean, the best is it's probably Monica. I mean, not gonna fuck around here. I mean, that was knocked that one out of the park. That was really great, especially that fucking ending. I love it. But
that's a good one.
But no, like that blew me away. But there's some good good stuff this year. You know, Swan Song's also
Yep.
been enjoying that. Most of Ice Cream Man this year when it comes out is great. So yeah, like that's all been good. So
I'll take 4 issues of Ice Cream Man a year. As long as it goes for like 20 more years, that would be fucking dope, right? But like,
yeah,
he's been on a solid 4 issues a year thing, and I'm digging it, right? I'm digging it, man. Swan Songs is one of my favorites, 100%. Like, obviously, I'm going to do my top 20 of the year, so I don't want to spoil too much. Though you can also check out my Lost in Comics. You pretty much know my top 4. But like, I love Swan Songs. You mentioned Monica. I'll put a special mention out to Tom Schieldy's I Am Stan, which I really
Yes.
like. In the chat was mentioned Ron V's Detective Comics run. I think that is handedly the best ongoing series, of which there's like 3 of them out there right now, I think. But like, I think Detective Comics by Ron V is amazing. And I want to give a special shout out to one that I haven't really seen on a lot of people's lists. It's been on some, but sometimes we forget what came out earlier in the year, right? But All Against All by Casper Wingard and Alex Packnadell was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's why I list that. I mean, that issue, that book and the second issue of Swan Songs is why I picked Casper for Artist of the Year. Because like, it's just, his work blows me the fuck away. And Lovesick by, what is it? Luana Vicio or something like that?
Yeah.
Holy cow. I came out, like, I read that first issue. I was like, this feels like Red Room, but different. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I got so into that book, and it actually unnerved me. That book made me feel, like, dirty reading it. Like, I needed to really dive deep into some things because I really like that book. I think it's very sexy. It's also very horrific and gory and gruesome. And I, once again, every time I talk about this book, I have to say that PCP endorses cannibalism in no form or fashion. So there you go. There you go.
Good. I'm glad.
All right. Let's get all the fucking niceties out of the way. All right. That's done. Joe, I'm so ready for this.
Right?
The airing of your 2023 grievances, my man.
Well, first, I have to start with the elephant in the room. First grievance. Why is Jelani getting laid tonight and not me? I had things going on today. I would have made time. Just saying. You know, I got to deal with family the next couple of days. It could have been anyway. So
yeah, fuck Jelani.
No, none of that.
No, yeah, don't fuck Jelani.
yeah, right.
Exactly. But so that's my first grievance. My second grievance, I don't care for how the kids talk today. It aggravates me. I think these smug kids, they think they're so clever. You know, it's like, oh, really? You're clever? You're so fucking lazy. You shortened charisma down to Riz? That's clever? You fucking kidding me? You know, it reminds me, this is like, so my youngest brother growing up would shorten deli to Del and be like, I'm gonna go to Del. And I'd just be like, deli, it's already short for delicatessen. What are we fucking doing here? And now his generation is off going Riz and Fire and shit. And it just sucks. It all sucks. I mean,
why can't we just say hot dog? Why do we gotta say glizzy now? Like, what the fuck is that?
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
No one knows. It's fucking crazy. And like, you know, like you listen to a song and it's like they're either how can a song either be a bop, fire, it slaps, it fucks? There's like 4 different things and they all mean the fucking same thing. And I don't care. I don't care. You'll talk to one of these fucking kids and they'll be like, actually, Christmas songs can only be bops. And it's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. None of this makes any fucking sense. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? And we put up with it and we let them talk like this. We just sit back and go like, well, I might think it's mid, no cap, but you go ahead and talk like that. Like, fucking,
I'm sorry.
it's a joke.
I have a young
Oh,
staff,
yeah.
as you can imagine, right? I have a young staff at the comic shop, right? And all the time, like the first time somebody this year said no cap, and I was like, what does that mean? I was like, what does that mean? I mean, oh, like no bullshit, like for real, truth, no doubt. I was like, we used to say no doubt.
Yeah.
But in our day, we were those ones that the people 20 years older than us, Joe, were like, what do you mean something that's bad? If you say it's bad, it's good. I'm so confused. Right. So I can get it. Like language changes, but you are right.
Language changes, but this generation it sucks though,
Dude.
right? Like it's like it changes,
They come
and
with cool
sometimes
words
it's good and it's
this year.
bad, and sometimes it just fucking sucks. And
Like,
this all sucks.
3 weeks
Like,
ago,
yeah.
3 weeks ago, Jelani looked at me and goes, "You get that Riz, son?" And I was like, "Huh? I don't know what you're talking about." Like I didn't understand at all. Brooks, were you there for that? When I was like, Jelani's explaining what Riz is to me, and he's older. So here's another grievance. How about fucking 40-year-old men who fucking try to talk like 20-year-olds? No cap. That's just raw, man.
No cap.
Yeah.
So people say
No,
things
and-
fucks now, Joe. So they're like, that movie
Yeah.
fucked. Like, is that what they like?
Yeah, no, it's
Like, I beg to differ. I don't think it really does.
look, and
That's
here's
old
the
school
thing.
slang.
And this is just a grievance on language. I am sure your staff is straight fire and they got that drip, but it's just this way they talk. It kills me.
There's one of them right now. I got to give a mad shout out to Trevor. He's one of my young employees now. Like,
Parents just don't understand, yo.
No,
I don't like the way these
absolutely.
kids talk today. I love you, Joe.
Joe's
it's
drippy
just
right
terrible.
now.
No cap.
But yeah, it's all, and nothing means anything, and people they just say this. They don't even know what they're saying anymore.
We are pretty.
It's like
That comment slaps.
yeah, absolutely, no cap. But no, it's just terrible. So that grievance, that I just can't with that. And then also, I don't know what happened, but like this year, and I know people did this before this year, but this year the uptick in people I talk to who are like, oh, I'm listening to books on tape and I do pickleball now and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, when did all of these people start playing pickleball and listening to books on tape? What? When did they, like, out of nowhere? Like,
And they're not listening to
uptick.
that shit on tape.
Yeah.
It's an app. It's Audible,
Yeah.
is what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're
like,
all like, it's like I'm talking about like, reading a fucking book with my eyes, and every time I say something like that, someone goes immediately like, "Oh yeah, I was listening to this book on tape," or this audio book of this, and I'm like, do we have to respect audiobooks in the same way that, like, you know what I mean? It's like it's a different thing. I love audio dramas. I listen to Big Finish, Doctor Who stuff, and all that. It's just funny that, like, so this is an extension of that grievance. Like, people can't, like, there's a certain, I guess, pride or something in people that makes it hard for them to admit they don't read.
Oh,
So
that
you'll
shit all
just, yeah, so you'll just, so I'm going through the Foundation trilogy right now, and I'll like, oh, I'm reading Isaac's about that, and then they'll just be like, I'm listening to an audio tape of the Percy Jackson books, and it's like, you're 40. What? Like, it's it's just it's. Oh,
I'm
God,
glad you
but-
mentioned this pickleball thing, by the way, because like
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago,
That's a real thing?
Yeah, I don't even know what he's talking about.
So me and my girlfriend are out, like, we're going to Beetlejuice the musical. We got passes to go see it. Like, we were like, my shop was a sponsor, so we like got free tickets to see Beetlejuice. We were going to go to the cast after party, and like drink champagne and do all that cool fun stuff. And we go out to have dinner beforehand. And a nice dinner for us is like going to a sports bar, eating a burger. And that's what we did, right? And she goes, what are they playing? And I'm like, that is either the largest game of table tennis I've ever seen or the smallest game of tennis I've ever seen. I was like, I have no idea. And I was like, is that pickleball? They were playing pickleball on ESP fucking N, bro. It wasn't even the Ocho. Like, this was legitimate, like, ESPN. They're playing a pickleball tournament. And I was like, what? So it is a thing that's happening now, apparently. Nick's like, his coworker plays pickleball now. Is this the fucking, what was that, racquetball of the fucking 80s or whatever, you know? Like,
all right, first of all, can you, for us that don't know, can you tell us what pickleball is?
It's tennis on a smaller court with one of those, what's the fucking, with a waffle ball, bruh? Like, it's like, you know, those
like paddle ball?
What?
Paddle ball?
What's paddle ball? You talking
paddle ball?
You talking about table tennis, ping pong? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like you have a ping pong paddle and you play on a handball court.
I have no idea. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that. Paddle ball is what I'm talking about from the 80s, right? That's the shit that like all the yuppies did in like Wall Street and fucking shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, joining the stage is our pickleball expert, John Hammertime Holst.
Well.
Amazing.
I only do the dill pickleball. I won't do the sweet pickleball.
Yeah.
So, and they got these weird rackets, right?
Okay.
And it's a very small court because the ball is a waffle ball, right? Like, you know, wiffle ball, waffle ball, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Where the ball is like plastic and has a bunch of holes in it, so it like
okay.
it goes really
Or
slow.
you can play baseball indoors with wiffle ball.
When's badminton coming back? Anyway, I'm sorry,
Right,
Joe.
so you're hitting a wiffle ball with a paddle.
Yeah.
Against what?
Another person
wall?
across the net.
Okay, so it's a ping pong table with a wiffle ball.
No, it's an actual court. It's just a really tiny court. Just look it up. You got Google, goddamn, man.
God.
All right, continue, Joe, please.
Sure, and this is probably my last like big grievance, which it's ironic that I'm saying this on a social media platform, but social media, it's been especially places like Twitter and things like that, for example, because I feel like I've had this conversation with every fucking person this year being like, oh man, I hate Twitter. I got to get off Twitter. I'm so, and they're on Twitter every goddamn day and they're tweeting every day while constantly talking about like, I got to get off this platform, man. Or this isn't good. It's terrible. You see what's going on there? I hate this. And it's like, you're on it all the time or you know, or all these things. And it's like, and then you're getting involved, like, the amount. So, all right. And on top of this, I have multiple friends that'll like send me tweets where there's, or can you believe this and that, and this is stupid and that's stupid. And friends that'll be like, so this person was tweeting this thing, and then I said this and that. For multiple of these people, I simply respond with things like, you don't have to get engaged with a person you don't know saying a thing you don't like. Like, what are you fucking doing? And they can't stop themselves. And it's this like weird, bizarre, like, this person I don't know made this statement on a thing and I gotta get in. And they're like worked up, like they're upset. And it's like, why? Who fucking does this to themselves? And it's like, and you're still doing this to yourself? Like, this whole year, after this whole year, you've been like, I gotta get off this platform, man. I gotta get off. I gotta stop doing this. I gotta do it. I'm taking it off my phone. I'm deleting it. Oh, I'm back. It's like, you're sick. You're fucking sick. Get help. Just get help. Like, it's sad. It's like, you don't have to do this.
To reiterate,
there's an industry popping up of people getting people off of social media.
Right?
Like, there's gonna be like a whole new like line of quackery that comes about because of social media.
Yeah. Brooks, you don't count about for this because you're not really on social media, but raise your hand if you've never seen somebody multiple times say they're going to get off said platform on said platform.
Absolutely. Don't you love the I'm back post? Those
Yeah.
are I'm back. I'm back on this. I've been gone a little.
Well, I
while,
don't
but
want to
I'm
be
back.
here, but I got a new book coming out, and so I got.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you got a book coming out. Really? You got to be here? You've got 3K followers, and you got 16 likes every time you post about your new fucking book. You really got to be here?
All right, all right.
I'm probably good now. I should let
You sure?
yeah.
No, we can keep going, Joe. Keep going, man. You got
Well,
another
no,
one, please.
I don't want to give whole shoe a half shoe here. I want to.
I
I don't
guarantee
have a
you
lot
that-
to complain about. So
I was
you
about to
take
be
your
like, I
time.
guarantee he's going to be like,
oh.
I'm good. I'm not too much to complain about this year.
I mean, I lost my job. Barring that, everything's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Well, you live in like a cotton candy fucking gingerbread house or something, like so fucking sweet over there. Like, is that what's going on? Oh, Jesus. But
The world's a candy coated sugar topping.
but no, I mean, other grievances here too. All right, fine. Like, look, I don't know how this hasn't been talked about yet, but how variant covers work. I'm just so fucking. I rarely got into that game. Every once in a while, I'd be like, oh, like, and this is going back over a decade now. Like, oh, there's a couple of covers for like the New 52 Batman #1 or so, and then like, and now everything. The amount of variant covers, and the part that drives me nuts with it is how many artists that it's just like, guys, we at Marvel got Greg Capullo exclusive to do covers sometimes. And it's like, is this a joke? What the fuck are we?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And it's like, how many? And then you get these other things where it's like, I mean, I love Alex Ross. I think that Fantastic Four Full Circle last year, that was a knockout. I fucking love that book. He does so many covers and variant covers and has in the past. At this point, who fucking cares if it's an Alex Ross cover at this point? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that like,
we've literally seen that before?
yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things where, it's just like, there are things that are special and interesting and something like that. Like, if, like hypothetically speaking or something, it's like, like your comic shop got, Alan Moore to do a signing or something, and he was going to sign your Marvel and DC shit and all that. Like, that's crazy. People would go crazy for that. And it's like, this is the 48th month in a row that he's coming to the shop and doing the same thing. The enthusiasm dwindles. People, after a while, it's like, boy, I was excited the first 47 times they had Alan Moore at this store doing a signing, but who cares anyway? It's that same kind of thing. It's like, who gives a fuck after a while? It's like, it's not special. Like, how many times can Alex Ross draw Captain America or Iron Man in different poses that, it's like, I don't understand why having the interior artist do the cover is so awful. It's like, don't people like that? Like, I don't get it. And you talk to interior artists, and they usually say things like, I'd love to do a cover. It's not like they're being like, oh no, I please don't let me do the cover.
Right.
It's this very weird thing, and it's like, I wish we would just do that, because, and again, it's like you get these like confusing covers with trade dresses that make no sense, and they keep escalating, and now it's just like, I know this cover was last year, but it's like you go to a shop to pick up World's Finest #1. It's like, why is Jerry Seinfeld on the cover with a cup of coffee? What the fuck is that?
Well, they got a
And
William
it's like
Shatner one coming out now, right? So,
yeah. And it's like, okay.
and John actually has the Paul McCartney one.
Yeah.
I do.
I gave it to him though. It was a present last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good
But
present. though.
yeah, I'm glad you have a cover feature of the guy who wrote the worst fucking Christmas song of all time.
Hey! I got 2 grievances now. One's about Joe.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
variants
this-
on my
this
list too,
pickleball-
but a little bit
Yeah, that was on my list as well, but I kind of bumped it. But I mean, don't you love when you think you do have a special variant and then San Diego Comic-Con comes around and they have the foil fucking version and there's no way you're getting to San Diego and you're like, well, there goes my cover. My shit ain't special no more. Now that one's out. Hate it.
But also, what the fuck is any of this? I mean, you go back. I remember when, what was it, Amazing Spider-Man 700 or whatever, and they had that like Ditko variant, and it was like
What's
going
the
for like
variants?
it was go. They had it, and at the time, it was selling for like $900 or whatever. Like I remember that. I remember going to multiple shops. They were talking about the amount of orders they had to do. And it's like you go on eBay now, it's selling for the same price you could have bought it at 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Like, what do any of these mean? Like, the only variants that seem to pick up are of key issues that were going to be money anyway. And they're like the 1 in 25s or 1 in 50s of books that no one fucking ordered anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it turns into this thing like, oh, it's if you were dumb enough to buy the 1 in 50 of this like issue that no one cared or liked, you know, maybe you'll if you get a 9.8, maybe you'll be able to flip it for, you know, $1,200. Maybe. You know, it's like, okay, like,
Well, and it gets retailers. I know retailers, bro, that are like, they're so afraid of missing out on that anytime like we get a newsletter from Penguin or Luna or Diamond being like, oh, this is going to be a big deal, first appearance, they'll over order on books to get those variants just in case. We fucked up on Ultimate Fallout number 4. No, you didn't fuck up on Ultimate Fallout number 4. You bought the right amount of copies because that book didn't sell at that time. And like periodical comics are short-term gains for comic shops, right? And like people like they're afraid of missing that. Man, we only ordered 5 copies of The Walking Dead. We should order 100. No, you would have went bankrupt if you ordered 100 copies of Walking Dead number 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't figure that
but.
shit.
And I mean, all of these like first appearances now, they're getting like so obscure and weird. And it's just like, this is the first time Gwen Stacy with Spider-Man powers was originally born in Madison, Wisconsin. You know, it's like, what are we even like? What the fuck are these? It's like these very weird esoteric pushes to do very odd things to try to boost interest. And it's like, you know what would boost interest? Like, here's something. You know what would boost interest in a series is if it was readable. Make it readable. Part of readability is a consistent art team. And one of the biggest grievances I think anyone who picks up comics has, they don't even try to get fill-in artists that even look like the artist doing them. They're just like, fuck it, whatever. Who do you got? They'll do it.
Dude, that killed momentum on Hulk this year for me, which should be one of the best of the year for Marvel. And I love Travel Foreman, right? I love Foreman's work, but compared to Nick Klein, like that's a tonal shift, right? Yeah. Like, yeah,
that's ruined books for me before. I mean, I don't read as much as Robbie, but it's okay to have your own style, but when you, but with a book's been consistent style and then it has that weird jump, put them on something else. Put that person on some miniseries or whatever. So some of the artists that do Batman, I really like their style, but I don't want them on the main Bat books.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, some of those are, and again, I like some of the style. Some have interesting art style, but don't fuck with something if it's working. And some of those books, it's a big turnoff when the art style is so different. We're like, oh, I like this style that, you know, the style they've been doing. Now it's like Powerpuff Girl styles. Like, fuck that, fuck with me, man.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Batman in particular, right? So Batman, let's unpack this for a second. We got Jorge Jimenez on Batman, one of the most dynamic and exciting and explosive artists out there. That dude sells books, right?
Yeah.
He sold Super Sons. So put him on the biggest book you got, Batman. Hell yeah. All right. Obviously, he can't do fucking so many issues per year, right? All right. So like you got to have a fill-in artist. And I do love how they're trying to structure books with like Ron V's Detective Comics has a multitude of artists, but he structures it in a way that seems planned out, right? And even the tonal shifts match the story at times, right? Mm-hmm. But with Batman, Jorge Jimenez comes out, does that failsafe arc with Chip Zdarsky. Fucking art's great. Then you have the next arc, which actually sets up some really good ideas. That is really what the point of the whole run is with the Zur-En-Arrh and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Mike Hawthorne is a good dude, and he's a solid artist, but he is nowhere close to the level of kinetic dynamism that we get from Jorge Jimenez. It made that whole arc fucking just drop, right? Jorge comes back. It's good again for a moment because he does that Batman Catwoman Scorched Earth one shot or whatever. Everybody gets excited, and then fucking Mike Hawthorne's back again. And then like I lose like 20% of my Batman subs because of the fucking Batman Catwoman fucking story. Yeah, like, are you kidding me? And right now they're doing a good story again. Like Batman's a good book in my opinion, but like, it's a disservice too to Mike Hawthorne to not. And Marvel just fucked him the same way. Marco Cicchetto.
I was just gonna say that.
Daredevil,
I was just gonna say that.
And then you're gonna bring in Mike Hawthorne, just extra regular ass fucking comic book artist, man. He needs to be writing books. He needs to be drawing books for Jim Shooter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's got a place in 1986 Marvel. You know, but like, what the fuck, dude? What? It's a disservice to him because you're not playing to his strengths, man.
Yeah. I feel bad because we were talking shit, but these artists are good at what they do. But maybe on some of these mainstream books, especially when you have a story arc or it's a continued book, to have that weird jump. So I feel bad. Like we're talking shit, but these guys are great at what they do. Sometimes they're good on their own books, doing their own thing. I don't know.
It's not their fault. It's the decision makers, the guys who put them on these books. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm a terrible fucking artist, but if they said tomorrow, come draw Batman, I'd be there.
This Batman run is awfully weird.
How did they jump from Jorge Jimenez to
why are there so many penises all over the place?
Here's just something a question I want to ask. How much do you think they paid Tom King for his April Fool's variants?
That's a good question, man.
I wonder. I'm curious. I wonder if they paid him like a better rate than like other artists. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Because they shouldn't have. In fact, he should have just done those for fucking free and say, thank you, DC, for keeping me fucking hired. Anyway. Joe, is that what you got?
I think that's good. It's time for us to embrace Whole Shoe.
Yeah, it is. A Whole Shoe. John, I'm so excited to have you here,
I'm on my way. No, I'm on my way to Joe. He's going to hold me and embrace me. I got let go and I'm very depressed. Actually, things have been good. I mean, I did get let go and it sucks. I saw it coming because they downsized and they downsized again. I was like, I'm safe because we got a small department. And then they downsized again before Christmas. And I guess I was caught off guard, even though I saw it coming for a while. I don't know why. I was like, oh, we're fine. We got a small department. Can I just
say, fuck your company for laying off you and a bunch of others like literally a week before fucking Christmas? What the fuck, dude?
Cool, bro.
They are not doing well.
This is like a relationship, bro. Like if you're with someone, you don't want to be with them anymore, but goddamn, Thanksgiving's coming up, can't do it. Oh, fuck, Christmas is coming up, can't do it. Fuck, New Year's, can't do it. Valentine's Day, can't do it.
I'm going to break up with this girl February 10th. Like, wow, what a fucking dick. I don't have any hate. I mean, the people I work with, I enjoyed working with, you know, the ones that are the few that are still there. So I feel bad like talking shit because I enjoyed it. I was there for 3 years. I enjoyed it. One of the best jobs I had when I was there. They're having some financial issues, so I understand why they're doing what they're doing. So I'm just gonna move on. No hate here. You know, being hateful is not gonna get me anywhere. So I'm gonna find something else. There's other things out there. I've recently been reading more about Buddhism and shit, man.
So mature, dude.
I'm more enlightened.
Just like this company fires you right before fucking Christmas, and you're acting like everything's like, oh, all right, it's fine. Best days of my life.
Yeah. It was a good job. Like, what the fuck?
I'll find something. So I'm gonna take some time off, enjoy the holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I'm just mad. I gotta find something, man.
John's gonna be a gentleman
of
leisure for like 6 months, y'all. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with myself. I gotta find something, but I don't know what to do, man. What do I want?
Pickleball and books on tape.
Yeah, pickleball. Godzilla -1, I hear, is really good.
I've seen it, and it's fucking fantastic. Go see Godzilla -1 if you have not seen it. It is so good. And that girl from Shin Kamen, that lady,
best movie
from Shin Kamen Rider is in it, and she's fucking fantastically gorgeous. So I really enjoyed it. Like the writing, the structure. Oh man, maybe that's why I was like, I'm depressed. I saw Godzilla, and I was like, I felt better. Although it was kind of a depressing movie. It's beautiful. I mean, it is amazing. Who brought that up? Link? It's so good. Whoever brought that up, that fucking movie.
It's a really good movie.
Oh, yeah. That movie is legit, man. Go see that fucking movie. And I saw the new Studio Ghibli film in the theater as well. That was fucking great. I'm like, we're getting all these Japanese films only because of the fucking writer's strike. Thank you, writer's strike. Studios were desperate for content in November and December, so we're getting all these Japanese films. I think we would have got Godzilla regardless. At least it might have been a smaller run. And I think we would have got Studio Ghibli films because Miyazaki sells film. But it would have been in less theaters, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have had the same footprint. But thanks to the writer's strike, they need content. And so I was excited to go see Godzilla. And I also was excited that Toho was like, oh, we're not dubbing this shit. We feel if we dub it, we're going to ruin it. And so I wanted to see it in Japanese anyway. And so I was very excited to see it in its native tongue. And it's an amazing film. And and you've seen some of the shit that's been dubbed when they've dubbed Godzilla films specifically in the past. Yeah. And Jesus, man, some of the dubbing.
I'm surprised they went up, that they did this thing with Godzilla, because Aquaman 2 also came out. And I can't believe they wanted to go up against that.
Yeah.
Aquaman came out? What? When did
Talking about a fall, dude. Talk about a fall, dude. Aquaman and Captain Marvel make $1 billion, and their sequels. Who gives a shit?
I heard they're each going to break the $100 mark.
Is there a more embarrassing word than embarrassing that could be used?
Right.
Well, what I don't understand the whole premise of like, okay, Flash is closing this universe off. We're starting a new universe. And they're like, well, we still have Aquaman 2 in the wings. So I think a lot of people have already like moved on. You know what I'm saying? And I like Jason Momoa. I like him as Aquaman, but I think a lot of people have moved on. And I think if you go to the theater right now and you do want to see Aquaman and you haven't seen Godzilla yet, go see Godzilla. Even if you want to see Aquaman, I guarantee Godzilla's a better film. Godzilla's
how I feel about Aquaman as a character.
Yes.
I am totally watching Godzilla before Aquaman. Like, get the fuck out.
It is the best film of 2023, hands down.
DC is going to go, I think they're going to appear before a government board of some sort next year for all the fuckery they're doing with the spending and the write-offs and the shelving and all the shit they're doing. Because like you said, why would you actively kill Aquaman 6 months before its release? They killed it 6 months before its release. It's crazy.
Yeah, them saying the series.
Because they had to let people know, bro. They saw the writing on the wall. Nobody was going to watch Aquaman regardless of
But
James
they still spent
$150,
$200 million on it, which is
I think they'd already spent it and they couldn't write this off. And it was still, I think it's not going to be a big blockbuster. I think it's still going to make money. I mean, people are going to go for Jason Momoa. People are going to go because of Aquaman. I'm excited. I'm not shitting on it, though, because I'm really excited for the James Gunn universe. I'm excited for the stuff he's announced.
Me too.
I'm really excited going forward. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be one of those people that's just pessimists, like, oh, I'm anti-DC or oh, I'm anti-Marvel. I like everything. I'm more DC. I think I've discussed this before because when I was a little kid, I watched the Super Friends. And so I became very DC because that's what I was exposed to. But I like comics in general. You know, I'm a big Grendel fan. And I don't know if that Netflix show is still happening. But
no, they canned that, man. That should be one of your grievances.
Did they can it?
There you go.
Yeah, it's done, bro.
Uh-oh.
Well, I was a little hesitant too because it was one of those things like, oh, I do have a grievance. Okay, here's my grievance. Talk about canon shit. I don't know if you guys noticed. If I went to the other room and took my camera in there, I have one section in my game room, and people, if somebody like the police came in, be like, this guy's fucking mental. My Zelda collection of shit is bananas. I'm obsessed with The Legend of Zelda. And I don't want a live action movie because I'm afraid of them fucking up the franchise. And especially the guy behind it is the guy that did fucking Morbius. Fucking just kill me now. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm very worried because, and Justin Goldsmith said something, oh, it doesn't ruin the games. It doesn't enjoy what you've enjoyed before. I'm like, yes, but it's a franchise that Link doesn't fucking talk in the games. So I just don't want, leave those things alone. So maybe I'm kind of grateful that we're not getting Grendel, because there's certain things I love in this universe as far as franchises, and Zelda and Gundam and Godzilla are like at the tippy top.
Yeah.
All Japanese stuff because Japan makes the best shit, including the women.
They should have got with Miyazaki, man, and made a Link movie. That would have
been dude, that's something I can get behind. Studio
that would have been
Ghibli, making a Zelda is the only way I think it would work.
Oh yeah.
And they said the studio did say they're inspired by that to do a live action version. I'm like, but you just said live action. Studio Ghibli doesn't do live action shit. So
what were you saying, Link?
Oh no, I was agreeing with these guys and the Ghibli Zelda idea. I think that'd be badass.
Yeah,
that would be cool. I'd check that out, man.
Yeah. But in the end of the day, I would just prefer them. They're like, well, Mario made so much money. I'm like, yes, but Mario's a different property than Zelda. But Nintendo is all about this. And I understand it. Like Mario made a shitload. And so they want to start slowly moving their franchises into the movie verse because there's money to be made. And they know that. And I understand where they're coming from, but maybe it's something else. Give us a Metroid movie first. Maybe. Yeah. Metroid. There's other things I think are prime movie properties. Nintendo owns a lot of properties. I would love to see a Star Fox like anime or something. There's other properties they own.
With Star Fox, how did we never get a Star Fox Saturday morning cartoon in the 90s? That shit was like
just slightly too late for it.
Yeah, it would have been great, man.
It was made for that, and they absolutely could have done that. And it's like, and there's just no real Star Fox media. There's like weird fan films, but like they're fucking it kills me.
Yeah, I'm surprised. After the Mario live action, that's when Nintendo became very guarded with their property. And I know that some of the people here love that movie. and it's got a special place in my heart, but Nintendo became very guarded with their properties as far as licensing and stuff. And then Mario made an ungodly amount of money. And they're like, oh, you know what? We can do this, guys. And on the bright side is that Shigeru Miyamoto is supervising, is involved with the Zelda film.
Yeah.
But how much say does he have? What if he gets his feet stepped on? Just like Toho was heavily involved with the American Godzilla films. After the 98 Godzilla, it was 98, yeah. Toho was like, what the fuck? And they're like, okay, we'll license Godzilla, but we're going to have people involved with it. And also, by the way, we're going to do our own film still, and they're going to be better than yours. And they're like, what? Wait a minute. And they did it. Because Shin Godzilla is good, by the way, too, if you got seen that. It's more, I think, terrifying. People are like, oh, that's better than -1. I'm like, go back and watch Shin Godzilla because I love it. But unfortunately, half of it is in a fucking boardroom while they're discussing what to do. And that half is boring as shit, man. Despite the fact that the American is actually stunning. The lady that played the Japanese character that plays the American. I don't know how she's the American. She's very Japanese.
No, Shin Godzilla is great, but Godzilla -1 is a better film.
Yeah, it's a different type of film. Yeah. Shin Godzilla is to me a horror film, and -1 is more like like it's got everything, man. It's like Saving Private Ryan of Godzilla. It's like we're gonna give you a little heart and some action. And Tom Hanks, wait, he's not in. -1.
No, but Matt Damon is, right? So Matt Damon's there.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is in it for some reason. He plays Godzilla. His costume is stupendous. You never know it was him. But dude, -1 is if you haven't, I'll go see it with Robbie. If you want to go see it, I'll take you. I got nothing going on. I don't have a job. I don't have a home. I got nothing going on.
Well, like I was thinking, I was like the other day, I was like, okay, what days do I have free coming up? I was like, well, I'm free Monday, all day Monday. Like, and then I was like, oh fuck, that's Christmas. But theaters are open on Christmas. But here's the thing, John. Me and you worked and met at a movie theater, right? And from that day, I was like, fuck people watching movies on Christmas. What the fuck is up with this? Why is this so busy? Why do we all have to work on Christmas?
And we did, and man. Christmas. People do something with their family.
I refuse to watch a movie on Christmas.
I gotta do something. Man. I gotta do something with my family, but I'm sick of fucking talking to them. What can I do? Oh, I'll go to the movies.
The movie theaters are packed on those days, y'all.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. Yeah, I wouldn't go. But
I saw Batman: Mask of the Phantasm on Christmas Day.
You're one of those assholes.
Yeah, one of those assholes. Oh yeah,
great movie, by the way. Great fucking.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome experience on Christmas. I'll never forget that day. So yeah, screw you guys, man. You got to work.
Some people beg to work on Christmas. Is that what you're fucking saying, Fable? All right, yeah, okay.
That first year,
just grab your bootstraps and go work on Christmas, man. You'll be fine.
For the theater.
That first year I worked at Hollywood, on Christmas Day I had walking pneumonia, and I worked the whole day with pneumonia, and it was the worst day I probably ever
we weren't allowed to take off at all for Christmas.
Well, then they had the Christmas party for the crew, but I had to work it. But I had walking pneumonia, which I do not recommend.
At least you can still walk.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if that's what it's called. Anyway, yeah, I don't recommend pneumonia in any form. That's just my recommend. Yes, that's my grievance number 3: pneumonia.
So your grievances, your real grievances are basically you don't want them to do the Zelda movie, and everything else you talked about was how awesome Godzilla -1.
Godzilla.
My grievance is not enough people saw. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And
Let's go.
Let's go, Hammer Time. Even though the show is more focused on people, a lot of people don't like it. They're like, "There's not enough Godzilla in this." I don't know if anybody's seen Monarch: Legacy of Monsters on Apple Plus. I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy it. There's not a lot of monsters. There's more, but people are like, "Oh, there's not enough." The show,
Matt Fraction is a showrunner on
Matt
that
Fraction.
one, I believe.
Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah. I really enjoy it. And the lead, I forgot her name. I knew it and I forgot it. Stunning. Like that's my only issue with the show is she's so good looking that I was like, this isn't a real person. Like people don't look like this. People can't be this attractive. That's my only complaint. Is she's
you should have been at the fucking high-rise apartment building that we were. You should have been at the high-rise apartment building that we were at for Heroes Con. We had Airbnb. Dude, everybody there was like the hottest fucking people I've ever seen. I would get in an elevator and a group of guys and girls would come in. I'd just start sweating. I would just like.
I also love the fact that Kurt Russell is being played in flashbacks by Wyatt Russell. Why haven't we had flashbacks of those two? You know what I'm saying? It
His
works.
son?
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm like, oh, we haven't had that in the past. I do enjoy it. People complained about they didn't like the flashbacks. Some people just can't handle stories jumping around because they're dumb. I understand that. A lot of dumb people.
What movie are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Monarch Legacy of Monsters. The
Kurt
Godzilla
Russell's
show.
in that shit?
Yeah. Kurt Russell plays old Kurt Russell, and young Kurt Russell
is his son. Russell. Is that the dude that played U.S. Agent?
Yep, that's the dude.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And there's other people in it. John Goodman's younger version is I don't know.
Well, didn't
the dude from Workaholics?
I never saw the Compton movie, but didn't Ice Cube's son play Ice Cube in that movie or something shit like that? Right?
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe
he wouldn't be a very good young Kurt Russell though.
So do we need a prequel to Malcolm X when we have John Washington play him? Anyway, okay.
Just get Wyatt Russell.
Just get Wyatt Russell to play Malcolm X in the prequel. It will be just called
They'll probably X,
Elon Musk will sue them and shit like that.
They'll probably get Chris, whatever his name is, the Mario voice. That's the voice of fucking Garfield.
Yeah, he's gonna voice everything. He's voicing Godzilla too. Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
he'll play a young Malcolm X.
I forgot another grievance I had. That Garfield movie trailer. I don't think the people who are working on this movie really understand the character of Garfield. I felt like it was an inauthentic take on not only Garfield, but John Arbuckle. That John Arbuckle was completely unrecognizable, which is just throwing it in the face of decades-long Garfield fans like myself.
I agree.
Jonathan Davis is
we need to play the lasagna.
Is John Davis still alive, the writer?
Jim Davis.
Yeah, he's
Jim Davis. Fuck. John,
I was about to say John Davis is still front running Corn, but
yeah, John Davis is the Corn guy.
Yeah, we don't call him Goozilla.
Wait, are they
right?
related? Are they brothers? Would it be great if they're like cousins or something?
John Davis. All right. So you got all your grievances out, John?
Yeah, go watch Monarch as well. That's pretty good.
All right.
So your grievances are recommendations and that it's okay.
Yeah, I love the job that fired me right
like
before
that.
Christmas.
I mean, I'm mad about that, but that's what
No, that's why we love John, because that, I love you, man. Thank you, John.
More like humble shoe.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's really good. Because I've heard the half shoe thing so many times, but the humble shoe I've never heard. So that's nice.
And the half moccasin, which I don't care for.
2024.
All right, time for my grievances. Number 1. Why didn't you like the Mario movie, Whole Shoe?
I actually like the Mario movie.
No, I'm talking about the fucking the old one from the 90s.
Oh shit.
Oh,
what's wrong with that fucking movie? Like, why'd you like make like a fucking side-eye comment about it? Like what? And you even said some people here. You're talking about me, motherfucker. So like, what's wrong? What's wrong with? Or I should say, what do you think is wrong with me that I like that movie so fucking much with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo and Dennis Hopper in the performance of his fucking life? Dude.
Fucking
That
classic.
movie's about evolution.
Yeah.
That movie was trying to reach beyond that video game. What's your fucking problem with me, man?
Sci-fi classic, dude.
Yeah, what's your problem
first
with me?
off, I don't think John Leguizamo is even Italian.
I don't think Bob Hoskins is.
Neither of them were.
Why was that
Italian?
first off?
I do love Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper though. Like, how'd you get those are fucking A-list actors in a B-list movie?
Okay.
I feel like maybe they deviated a bit from the game, but they didn't have a lot to go
I think
on,
you need to
at the
rewatch
time.
it, man.
I think you need to rewatch these nuts.
I have never seen these nuts. You've seen these nuts, but I ain't never seen these nuts.
I
those
have
nuts.
seen your nuts and your wiener.
Yeah. On my birthday at the
On your
Smashing Pumpkins
birthday.
concert, Aftermath. Yeah. Okay.
Joe's got to be funny. It
Steph.
was for charity.
Steph,
Yo.
I got a grievance with you. Why are you crediting Stu
Yeah.
for your love of You've Been Canceled? I was championing that book from the get-go. It was actually my fucking pick of the week, so I don't understand why you didn't know that about that book before. Like, Stu? Okay.
I'm just trying to give Stu some love and spirit, But credit to Robbie as well.
Being a good
Credit
friend,
to
Robbie. Okay.
You know, I bet Stu heard about that book from fucking me. All right, anyway. moving on. Tom fucking King. I got grievances with Tom King. I got a grievance with Tom King. You know what? I'm
Does
not.
he watch the show?
I don't know, but I'm going to meet him in like a month, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to go meet. I'm meeting Tom King in Orlando.
Shit.
I'm going to try to get him to Twin Peaks taking tequila shots with me. We're going to air this shit out, bro. This is what we're going to do. All right. I'm not the biggest fan of Wonder Woman. Danger Street, I dropped out of. Brian Weaver told me it like literally melted his fucking brain. And I don't mean like this book was so good it melted my brain. This book was so bad it melted my fucking brain is what Brian Weaver told me. Brian Weaver never says negative shit about comics.
No, he'll say the most positive about anything.
Damn, I have that whole thing.
However, what really bothers me about Tom King this year, the in particular, the grievance I have is his incredibly pretentious and fart-smelling fucking essay that he wrote at the end of the Animal Pound Ash Can, where he was like, yeah, we're taking Animal Farm, we're reimagining it because Animal Farm, as great as it was back in those days, isn't applicable anymore. I'm paraphrasing. We need a new interpretation of it, because the danger doesn't come just from the far left, but now it comes from the far right. And in my opinion, this is what happens. This line we have, this political divide, right? We go left and right? And the further you get, this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the fucking same thing. You're ripping off a literary fucking classic, and you have the balls to fucking say that this is something that's going to be respected and discussed and talked about, and like what the fuck, dude? Why is Tom King coming to every goddamn project trying to be Alan Moore? Alan Moore wasn't trying to be Alan Moore. You can't fucking do that. Tell us a good fucking story. Like, and don't act. And here's the thing. I would never go, I'm doing a modern version of whatever one of the most important books that people like. I would never, you know what, Grant Morrison never did this. Grant Morrison didn't go, I'm adapting Brave New World for a modern audience on television. And it's going to be better than the original and more profound than the original and more important than the original. And that's what fucking Tom King said. This is a dude who has not been told no enough yet. Right? So some people hate me because, and here's the grievance, fucking Chris from Lost in Comics. This motherfucker tells me you don't like Tom King because you're not reading it slow enough. Fuck you, bruh. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not reading it slow enough?
Oh, shit.
Get the fuck out of here, Chris. You fucking
You
I
don't
love you to
understand
death,
how to
but that's
read
some
Tom
bullshit.
King.
Yeah, no shit. You just don't understand. Fuck you. I understand this shit, man. All right.
Take your time when you read
Obviously, you have no
Robbie.
idea what you're
Gotta
talking
slow down,
about.
Robbie.
Yeah, he literally fucking said that. He was like, slow, I know. But here's the thing. He did it like passive aggressively. He's like, I know that when I got a Tom King book in my stack, I got to take time to really allow it to read. I got to take the time. I got to schedule out 45 fucking minutes of my day to really understand the nuances of Tom King writing Wonder Woman, walking into a fucking office for a whole goddamn 20 something pages. Okay. All right. Another grievance number, whatever the fuck. 4?
Love you, Chris.
All right. Yeah. Fuck you, Chris. I'll love you after the stream ends. All right. This year, there were hours spent on YouTube of grown-ass men in their 40s and 50s bitching and whining and moaning that I won best hair. Get the fuck out of here. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right.
Get into him, Robbie.
Though one of
Haters,
them,
man.
Comic
Fucking
Journey,
haters.
by the way, Comic Journey right now is probably in the middle of a 7-hour fucking Festivus stream himself. Go check out Comic Journey. He said I look like Jimmy Neutron, and you're right. This is fucking funny. All right. I was going to talk about the Marvel and DC movies of this year, but that's low hanging fruit. So we're just gonna skip that.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
I've got agreements for that.
Go for it.
I've got agreements for the Marvel movies. I did not mind at the end of Captain Marvel when they insinuated she was the inspiration for the Avengers when Fury read the Avenger on her jet, her call sign, whatever. Big Young Avengers fan. It's almost like they went out of their way to make Kamala Khan the spearhead for the Young Avengers. She's like talking to, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, but they've got Kamala Khan talking to Kate Bishop at the end of the Marvels, insinuating Young Avengers, and it's just like, why couldn't Kate Bishop be the one to do that? She's already like the leader to begin with. Like, why is it got to be Kamala Khan for the new generation? It just feels like they're going out of their way to emphasize the importance of the Marvels. Not saying it doesn't need to happen, but they could have gone about it a different way. The Young Avengers thing, that grinds my gears.
I don't think it's worth bringing up because the movie was such a smash hit that they clearly made the right decision.
Isn't she a champion too? The hell?
In the
she
comics,
was
yeah,
never
she
in Young Avengers. She
yeah.
was in
Leader of the champion.
Yeah, she was a champion. She was an Avenger, and now an X-Man. So yeah.
I mean, who cares?
Yeah. She's the best part of that movie, though. To be honest.
Oh, sure, she's
the
really
Marvels
sweet.
would have been better
I
if
could
that
see
was
it.
the second season of Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Spread out over
There you
6
go.
episodes. Like, that would have been better. That would have been better. Another grievance. All the drama about comics. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Comics is always dying, and comics is always the fucking in a boom period. Like, what the fuck? And here's the thing. This is what pisses me off the most about it. When people have legitimate concerns about the industry and it gets fucking like overshadowed. All right, here we go. I'll name a name. Heather Antos. Fuck her. All right, so I saw someone on Twitter, like it was one of her posts, and she shared one of those fucking graphics that showed that comic sales were like booming, right?
Yeah.
They're like, no, comics are fucking fine. All these people that have any kind of problem with comics and like thinking that the industry is like in trouble, not necessarily in trouble, but struggling in certain ways, right? I'm not one of these dudes. I made it through comics. Me and Brooks were talking about this fucking shit earlier because somebody, Trevor, who was here in the chat, asked us, what was it like reading comics in the 90s? We're like, it was fucking awesome, and it sucked. Because there was a moment where it was the biggest thing in the world, and then nobody gave a shit, right? Yeah. Nobody gave a shit. And if we can make it through the fucking 1995 and 1996 in comics, bruh, we're fine. Yeah. We're not anywhere where we were then, right? However, they tout these fucking numbers that include manga and scholastic books, right, which are not mainstream American comics.
That's not fair.
That's not Marvel. It's not DC. That is specifically what the whole fucking conversation was about that just happened a few weeks ago, right? Somebody commented on her post. We're not talking about Dogman. We're not talking about manga. And she shared a GIF of someone moving a goalpost.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
No, that motherfucker was right on fucking target. We're not talking about those numbers. Dogman sales don't help Marvel in any kind of fucking way, right? And manga sales don't help DC. They tried again this year. It just doesn't help, right? It just doesn't help. That's not what we're talking about. Stop ignoring the fucking issue. If you're a professional in this industry, give a shit about the industry. God damn. You know what I'm saying? I understand putting out a positive, united front, right? I get that. If someone, the worst year of my life or the worst year of my store, for instance, I would still say we did good, but things were rough. I would acknowledge it publicly. I wouldn't give you the details. And I understand nobody wants to admit that right now they're not doing a good job. I get that, but you're not. Right. You're not. So that shit pisses me off. All right. I have a grievance with the love for the movie Evil Dead Rise. That movie fucking sucks, y'all. And everybody out there is fucking wrong. This movie fucking sucks. It is absolutely shitty. And it makes me really question once again, and this has been a repeated thing for me on Festivus, the mainstream muggle normie horror community has no taste whatsoever. Okay. And I'm sorry. I know I watched some gnarly fucking weird shit that you may not be into, but Evil Dead Rise fucking blows. All right. I have a grievance with the hate for Exorcist Believer. You telling me that the Evil Dead Rise is like profound, but Exorcist Believer is not like better than fucking David Gordon Green's shitty ass Halloween trilogy? Get the fuck out of here. It's not a perfect movie, but like, I think it's got some bold fucking statements. It's an exorcist film that doesn't end with a successful exorcism. I fucking actually like it. I think it has a nice theme about fucking. Is it better than what?
Exorcist 3.
No, that's the greatest psychological thriller of the 90s. But it's better than Exorcist 2. I'll fucking tell you that. And David Gordon Green didn't make a Halloween movie better than Halloween 2. So I'm just saying. I have another grievance. I'm really glad that the two people this grievance is really aimed towards are here. fuck Steph and fuck Holshoe for forgetting about the Silent Night, Deadly Night fucking movie review. Fuck you. You left it to me and fucking Brooks and Mike to carry on that show, which should have been a giant celebration.
It was wonderful.
It was the first fucking time we ever talked about a Linnea Quigley film on this movie on PCP Movie Night, and you two assholes just forgot. That's fine. That's fine. You know, at the time I said, no worries. I was saving that shit. All right.
Disappointing.
Oh, man.
I lost my NECA Pinhead figure this year. Where is it? I don't fucking know. I've looked up and down this entire fucking apartment. It's gone. Some fucker stole my Pinhead figure, and whoever the fuck that was, fuck you. I think I know who it was, so fuck them. All right, moving on.
Hey, Delaney can't defend himself.
Delaney didn't steal it.
I don't think it was Delaney.
If Delaney had a Pinhead figure in his house, he'd wake up pissing himself every night. All right. Marvel variants. Marvel variants in particular. Joe talked about this a lot. I will say this. It's a predatory practice that prevents retailers from knowing actual numbers on their books. So there you go. It's hard to gauge how many people actually fucking give a shit about a book when you put up an Art Germ cover every fucking 3 issues, or an Alex Ross cover, or this or that, or a connecting cover. What the fuck, dude? So like Dark X-Men sales for me are like this. So how am I supposed to fucking order that?
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
Right.
It's a headache. It's a headache, and like Amazing Spider-Man is already your bestseller. You do not need 11 covers to fucking prove that.
Right.
You do not. You don't need that. Amazing Spider-Man is going to sell. You don't need all that fucking bullshit. This is something Brooks touched on a little bit. The price of NECA figures in particular. Those are some of the only modern figures I collect. A NECA action figure with less accessories is now, on average, $38 at time of release. What the fuck is that about? All right, well, we've already talked about that. How about this one? And I know that this is another reoccurring theme. How about Taco Bell's stingy ass? Why is Taco Bell Taco Bell? Why is Taco Bell right now? Why am I ordering more Taco Bell? And maybe this is the reason. But like Taco Bell's brought back the double-decker taco. It's one of my favorite items at Taco Bell. Also this year, they released the enchilada. Another one of my favorite items from Taco Bell history period, right? Limited time, enchilada available. Okay. Double-decker taco, limited time, available now. All right. The reason why it's bullshit. First of all, the enchilada is like a third of the size it used to be. It's ridiculous. And it's like 3 times as much, but it's a third of its size. Anyway, whatever. The only difference between a regular taco and a double-decker taco is extra tortilla shell and some beans. Oh, fuck. Taco Bell has that every fucking day. The enchilada is a fucking beef and bean burrito with the sauce and cheese on the outside. You can't make that every day. Like you have that shit already. I understand when the McRib comes around once a season, McDonald's got to have that McRib patty. But if McDonald's was like, we got a special limited edition item. It's a cheeseburger with lettuce, onions, pickles, tomato, and, believe it or not, ketchup. What's so fucking special about that? You got that shit. Like, you have that shit every fucking day. Taco Bell, all of their food is made with the 7 same ingredients. The same 7 ingredients. They always have them. Why? 7-layer burrito is gone. It's been off the menu for years. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. And then I actually wrote an email to Taco Bell complaining about this. And they said, all you have to do is go to our app, get a burrito supreme, minus the beef, add rice, add guacamole. You got a 7-layer burrito. So instead of just having a 7-layer burrito on your menu for $3.99, you're going to make me take a $3.99 burrito supreme, add extra shit to it. Now it's an $8 fucking burrito?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Did you mention how some of the shit's only on the app? I'm like, what the fuck? Oh,
yeah,
you
that's
can't just
bullshit
drive
too.
through.
And here's the thing:
Yeah.
if I got a DoorDash account, like I got Dash Pass, like I pay to have no fees and all that shit, right? But that doesn't connect to my Taco Bell app. So if I order it through the app, I got to pay a delivery fee, even though I have a DoorDash fucking subscription. That shit pisses me off.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Right.
grievances, because still we have these corporations that are cowards.
Big
We
time.
still have no Ecto Cooler re-release scheduled for the Ghostbusters movie coming up.
Fuck.
PB Crisps, nowhere to be seen. Oatmeal Swirlers is still not back on market. S'mores Crunch and Smurfberry Crunch are still not on the market. Most cereals are still made with corn and not oats. And Crystal Pepsi is still not back. That shit pisses me off. It really, really does. It really gets to me, y'all. And also, my number one grievance of this year. How in the fuck can Dynamite Entertainment not afford internet as good as anybody else here on this fucking panel? Why is every time I'm on a stream with Dynamite, their fucking internet goes out? And we all like, oh, it's a funny bit. No, it's not fucking funny, man. Like, it's the internet. Dude, I live in an apartment in Huntsville, Alabama. I do not run a publishing company here. This is PCP. Well, this is what PCP is. It is like 6 dudes together in a fucking cave using scraps to make an internet show. How in the fuck has Nick Barucci not solved the problem of their internet issues throughout this entire year? And y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I won't say this on air with them. I'll say it tonight because it's Festivus and we're safe. We're safe here. But fuck Dynamite for not having good internet. What the fuck is wrong with that?
It's because they're working so hard on putting out the best damn comics on the shelves week in, week out.
Joe works for Dynamite, so
Really? Never would have
so
guessed.
do I. But like, what the fuck, dude? Why does Brooks have better internet than fucking Dynamite Entertainment?
I think it's the variants, man. Too many variants. What we got going on.
The variants are blocking the signal. Too many foil variants.
All right. So those are the grievances. That was good, right? Yeah. Now we feel good.
Can I just say that I totally, my grievances suck, and I'm gonna come next year with a better set now that I see Robbie. Now I know the tone for next year. Okay, I got you.
All right, I got another
Robbie,
grievance.
put some thought into
Fables
these.
never watched any of our fucking Festivus streams, so fuck you, Fables.
Well, you know what? I'll throw out one more grievance while we have everyone here. So there's people of a certain age, from like early 30s, like throughout their 30s, who go out of their way every year to make it a big fucking deal that the Muppet Christmas Carol is the hands down, no contest, best adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and that Michael Caine is given the performance of a lifetime, and he's playing it like so, like just deadly serious, and oh my God, it's like, I love the Muppets. What the fuck are you even talking about? Like, I absolutely.
I wish
love
Manny
the
was
Muppets.
here right now, bro. Because Manny would be crying
Manny
right
will
now.
fight you right now.
It's like, and look, I saw the Muppet Christmas Carol in theaters. I watch it every year around Christmas, but I probably think, I think the Muppet Family Christmas is a little more fun. Just saying. But even then, there are so many adaptations of A Christmas Carol. So fucking many. You're telling me this one that has Muppets hands down because Michael Caine's phoning it in and you're mistaking it for deadly serious? The guy has like been out there joking about it like over the years, just being like, oh yeah, Muppet movie, paycheck, whatever. You know, grandkids like it, blah, blah, blah. And people created this like mythos around it. It's like, it's okay. Like this is a broader point of people in their 30s, and I'm one of them, needing like you can't just fucking like something. It's okay to just fucking like something. It doesn't. You don't have to build a mythos around it and create this narrative that this thing. It's not just because you like it, because it's okay to just like things. You like it because it's the absolute best version of something, and here's all these arguments about why it's hands down the best, and I'm gonna talk. It's like, get the fuck over yourself. You like an adaptation of A Christmas Carol, fine. Don't try to tell me why it's hands down the best adaptation of A Christmas. The fuck are you? You're not even you know what? Here's the thing. You don't even give a shit about A Christmas Carol in general. You just like that it's a Muppet movie. And it doesn't, it's like if I start asking you, like, oh, what are the other Christmas Carol adaptations you've seen? You'd be like, and I'm like, fuck.
I don't think you understand it, Joe. You need to watch it slower.
half speed.
To understand the Christmas Carol Muppet movie.
You can really see the nuances in his face when he talks.
Yeah, then you can absorb the message.
I love Scrooged. That's my favorite.
I love genre classic. Come on.
But none of us Scrooge fans are out there being like, yo, let's put the picket line up. This is the greatest Christmas Carol adaptation of all time. None of us are doing that. Nobody's saying this is the best Bill Murray film of all time. Yeah. Nobody's saying that shit.
Best Richard Donner film of all time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is not. It's not. We know it's not. We know
Bill Murray has 2 holidays. You know what I mean? It's killing.
It's 16 bucks, right?
What?
16 blocks? What? Oh, that's the best Christmas Carol adaptation? What?
Donner film.
Oh, did he do that one?
Just joking, by the way.
No, I thought you were joking. I mean, I think there's a wonderful Flintstones Christmas Carol special. There's a wonderful Mr. Magoo Christmas Carol adaptation.
Just going for all of them now.
Yeah,
there's a lot. You could end up watching quite a few.
I watched Tom Scioli and his buddy Matt on Total Recall today when I was at work for like 12 fucking hours. I was like, I was watching. They were talking about the John Denver Muppet Christmas Carol that apparently did like they buried, right? So I gotta watch it. I've never seen it, but apparently it's like
I've seen
worst.
it.
What do you think about it, Joe?
When I was a kid,
I like it enough. There's a sequel to it too.
Really?
But it's just like a John Denver album with like Muppet skits and live performances.
They were talking about like Matt said that like he was like John Denver is like so intimidated by these Muppets, he doesn't know how to like handle them. So he's like petting them and shit, and like because he's just like he just didn't know.
John Denver just high as fuck. He's like,
I watched it with a buddy of mine because he had never seen it before, and I waited. I just sat there, in silence and waited for the perfect moment while he's John Denver singing and playing stuff to just be like, he died in a plane crash.
Oh fuck!
Just because it's funny sometimes. Like, you ever just sit there and you're watching something, like whenever I watch like Miracle on 34th Street, and you see that little girl, and you think to yourself, Christopher Walken watched her die. Like, isn't that fucked up?
I think it's fucked up that we're talking about this, right? My favorite thing about Poltergeist is that chick fucking died.
Right?
Don't you love the Crow? Don't you love the Crow? I gotta watch the John Denver. I do think that though, whenever I see Sonny Bono on anything, I'm just like, that dude died skiing into a tree.
He died skiing into a tree after he fucked us all over trying to save these corporations so they wouldn't have to fork over their fucking precious Mickey Mouses. Well, guess what? We got fucking Mickey Mouse in the public domain next year, and Congress is out, so it's just fucking happening.
Oh shit! All right,
we won. Fuck you, Sonny Bono. We won.
The Mickey Mouse pornos are going to be epic.
Clip it. Oh my god! Yep, he did. Joe was the only one that knows that there was a John Denver Muppet Christmas special fucking sequel. Apparently, all right.
I would have been great if Joe Crowell was like that. That's the best fucking version of Christmas. Like he went on like definitive. Like, wait, the John Denver one?
So
all right.
Charles Dickens, like great grandson or nephew, like dresses up as Charles Dickens and like travels around doing like a one-man show of A Christmas Carol too. Like, so that's also a thing.
A Christmas Carol as well, not two. It's not like there's a sequel.
It's as well. He's got.
We need a sequel. In fact, I want Tom King to do a sequel to A Christmas Carol that's going to be more relevant today, because the true problem of greed is not about anyway.
I like how Joe was like,
and don't just give away
people
those
shouldn't
ideas,
be on the internet complaining, but then when somebody says that fucking, the Christmas Carol is the best version, he got triggered.
You will find zero tweets, comments, anything on these different social media platforms. I'll just say it here. Because I don't need to say that, because you know what? Because the other thing too, like, I don't know, there's always this like part of me, like if I put out a tweet or so, this is probably where it's from. So I saw the Pixies back in like 2009. They were doing their Doolittle 20th anniversary tour. And I was with my buddy Austin Walker, who's like a big like video game guy or whatever. Anyway, back when he used to hang out with me before it was a big deal. Anyway, so that's another grievance. But we're at this show, and two of the Johnny Santiago and the drummer, who I'm blanking on, were doing their own like instrumental album. They're releasing all these files and letting people remix them, and it was like kind of like this contest thing, and like the second CD in the album was going to be like the remixes from their fans. So Austin fucking tweets out, the two least important members of the Pixies want you to finish their album for them.
Oh, Jesus.
And Joey Santiago himself replied with just a sad face with a little tear. And he felt like an asshole. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you take a lesson like that, you're like, why do I want to put out a joke that maybe me and three other people think is funny, that's going to potentially fucking ruin someone's whole day?
He's gonna cry about that in the car, man. Yeah. All right. It's time for we've had the airing of the grievances. Now it's time for our displaying of feats of strength. So you out there in the chat, we need help from you. Everybody's going to show their top 5 pickups, buys, gets, whatever you want to call it, their top 5 show and tell items for the year. And you get to vote on who is showing the greatest feat of strength. Brooks, kick us off, man.
I found a few pretty interesting things, but one thing I found like pretty recently, like in October, I walked into Walmart and they had this movie for $10 on Blu-ray. It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show 45th anniversary. Ooh. And this is a movie I don't like a lot of musicals, but I really do love this musical. So like I picked it up and I rewatched it and like, man, I love this movie, dude. I think it's my favorite musical of all time.
I like that Dirty Pair poster you got, brother.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've had that for like 20-some years now.
It's covered in cum stains.
What, you think I come on my walls?
Was that the only one that thought that was funny? I'm sorry. I guess I'm sorry.
You weren't listening
like
to
Spider-Man? Like, am I masturbating on the ceiling?
I love that one of Brooks's greatest feats of strength, by the way, is getting a deal on a fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show Blu-ray at Walmart. Dude. What the fuck, dude?
That said, like, god damn it. I missed the window when he said about like coming on the ceiling, being like, that's the erotic version of that Lionel Richie song. It's the X-rated version.
Coming on the ceiling.
That's a powerful scream. That's some scary movie shit right there, brother.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Sure.
Another thing I picked up this year that I really enjoyed was this here book, I Am Stan.
Great book.
Yeah, I feel like, because like I really loved his take on Kirby. So like, I'm like reading this one, like, oh man, it's great. Like it's very wordy, but like in a good way. Like a lot of it's just like, you know, a lot of it's just, you know, guys talking to each other. Like Stanley talks to a business dude. Stanley talks to this guy. Stanley talks to that guy. But it's a great. There's a great story in here. Like it's got a lot of a little tragedy, a little triumph.
Yeah.
You know?
Stan talks a lot and then he dies. That's the book.
Yeah. And
and you didn't even have to read it slowly. It actually read. I got through that book quicker. I got through that book quicker than Wonder Woman #1, bro. I'll tell you that, man.
I flew through that book. That book was phenomenal.
Yeah, but like I don't buy as many Marvel Legends as I used to. I'm more selective these days, but I always tend to get the X-Men ones. And I think my favorite Legend I've gotten this year, hands down, would be this, which is the Spiral. And like she did, like, you know, I really like this figure. It does have a problem, like the weapons they give you is just like, it's like 4 of these katanas and like this sword and like one of those cleaver things like Angela had. But I mean, at least they do give you like a weapon for each of her hands. And like, you know, I took up a lot of like Motu weapons and stuff and threw them in there. So she has like an axe and like a fucking
she's got Moss Man's little fucking thing there or some shit.
Yeah,
man.
I got the mace. Yeah, I think that mace was from the Castle Grayskull. It's like one of the weapons that they threw in with it. But yeah, like I love this figure. I love all that, like all of the things you can do with all these arms and shit. Like the only thing I think they really should have given you a base with this figure, like one of the nice claw bases, where you could have her like, you know, doing her like teleportation dance and shit. And another thing I got pretty recently, I think it just came out recently, is the final Berserk volume, deluxe edition.
Nice.
This is the 14th, and it contains the last two, I guess the last 2 volumes probably that we'll get, or I mean, at least by the original artist. And so yeah, it has those, like the remaining 2, and it comes with the Berserk guidebook too. So you have like a little extra guide where you can reminisce about all the things you read without having to reread through the whole series. So yeah, I've been really loving Berserk. It's such a, like, it's bittersweet because like Berserk is such a great series, and like to know that, you know, we may not ever see the end of it, it's kind of sad. But I still think it's one that's worth checking out. But it is very like mature though, you know, to be for one. It's not for the faint of heart, certainly. But for my last one, I'm gonna have to move my computer because I don't feel like trying to pick the whole thing up. Let's see.
Oh shit! Look at, we're getting a view of the Brooks space here. Look at that. Yo, that's Brooks' living room, by the way, just so you know. Look at this.
Yeah, this is my Snake Mountain I got this year, and I love the shit out of this thing, man. This thing is so fun. Like this display I set up, like, I had such a blast doing it. And like, you know, you see, got my black light there and everything. Like this set is so fun. Like I love these Origins play sets. Like so far, like I've really been enjoying Gray Skull and Snake Mountain. Like they're killing it with them. Yeah. So yeah, those are my those are my flexes of the year.
All right. The feats of strength from Brooks, everybody. Keep those in your mind because we're going to be voting soon. And now it's time for Steph. Show us your feats of strength, my friend.
Not many this year, but since this is something I got that I'm really fond of, I got it for my birthday. But it's one of my favorite X-Men. Since Brooks was showing off Spiral, figured I'd show off my Chamber. One of my favorite X-Men.
I love that Chamber, but I can't stand
this is my first Legends figure. No, it's terrible, bro. I thought I got like a defective one, but the feet are just, you really
no peg holes either.
Need to put them against something. Yeah, which is weird. But Chamber's always been badass. Just such a cool look.
He probably only needs a mild salsa, right?
A what?
I was making a joke that he only needs like mild salsa because wouldn't that be funny if he was just like, oh, that's a little too spicy for me. I'm gonna. And it's like I can barely hear you because you're on fire. You're trying to talk.
Christ.
He speaks. But for the gamers out there, I already showed this off on another stream. But I got myself a PlayStation 5 controller for when I eventually get a PlayStation 5. No, I actually got a
controller first.
I was about to be like, you got the fucking controller, but first, man.
No, I do have the console. I am an Xbox fan as well. I got myself a nice royal purple. It doesn't look purple right now, but it is purple. Just to signify the royalty of Xbox. You probably noticed, but I got myself a new beard clipper right here. It's a nice Panasonic. You see that? Sorry, it's a little loud, but it tells you like what the charge is on.
Oh, nice.
It's got like 10 different gauges.
You're not in the middle of a trim and it just dies, and you're like, well, fuck me. I got to be at work in 5 minutes, man.
I think I hopefully you can plug it in if that ever occurs and it still works, but probably not, knowing how things are made these days. That was 4-0. And this, I didn't get it this year, but I was reunited with it this year, and is none other than this custom-made Bobby De La Ghetto Joker Pez dispenser.
Ooh.
One of a kind, baby. One of a kind. Check him out. But that's what my strengths for this year.
Hell yeah. I love that you pulled out your fucking new beard trimmer, bro. I love that shit. That's so great. I should have pulled out my new sex toy, man. It vibrates and shit too, man.
Big dick energy there.
It lets me know the charge as well, bro. Now, I don't want people to be like, oh, he only got a 6-inch one. Interesting. All right. Speaking of 6 inches, Fable, time to show us your feats of strength.
All right. So I didn't really pick up too much in the comic book realm. There wasn't really too much that I was looking for in the comics. I just get mostly modern new releases and stuff like that. But toys, of course, I went crazy, particularly Transformers, of course. So first feat of strength, picked this up at the top of the year. And I almost always forget to show it off, but I got the Lego Optimus Prime.
Still ain't put it together. Still ain't put that shit together.
Yeah, still in the box. Still ain't put it together. One day I'll put it together. But yeah, I got this. This is awesome.
And that shit transforms, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Check it out. Sick. All right.
That's pretty dope.
I showed off one of these earlier this week, but I'll just show it off. I got it this year, and that is the Decepticon Nemesis ship. This is the home base of the Decepticons when they hit Earth. This was like underwater and shit during the season, but they finally came out with a base of it, and if I can turn this sucker around, it transforms.
Oh,
so that is sick. Love
right,
that.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
It's exciting for all those Vor enthusiasts out there.
Next up, I got Beast Wars Versus. So in Japan, Beast Wars used to come out in 2 packs. And they decided to do like anniversary versions of that, but taking the modern toys and recoloring them to like really match their cartoon counterparts. So I like the packaging on this is really cool. Optimus Primal and Megatron. And I'll just show you that real quick. I can actually show it to you. Comes in the original Japanese packaging.
Oh, cool.
There you go. That's how it looks inside with them like fighting each other. It looks like a fighting game. Love that.
I like the size comparisons too.
Yeah. Just recently got this one. Robbie, you probably really love this one. So Transformers does these crossovers, and they did a crossover with G.I. Joe, and we've got Soundwave turning into the Dreadnought Thunder Machine, right? So, one of the coolest Transformers, Soundwave, with one of the coolest G.I. Joes, the Dreadnoughts. I mean, come on, this is just badass in a box.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
So freaking love this, and it comes with Zartan and his sister there, Zarana.
Nice.
So freaking awesome. And the last feat of strength is actually a comic book. I was able to reach out to a friend of mine, Alonzo, Team Nerd Herd. If you ever heard of Team Nerd Herd, my man Alonzo, he's one of the guys who founded that. He went to San Diego Comic-Con and picked me up the Transformers Ash Can by Daniel Warren Johnson. And then I had it signed by Daniel Warren Johnson when he came to Midtown Comics this year. So I got the official little signature thing there. And so, yeah.
Very cool.
Number 1 feat of strength.
Yeah.
All Transformers.
So far, my vote personally would go to Fable. I'm just going to say, like, Fable stepping it up. Yeah, everybody, hell yeah. But now it's time for Joe Corallo. Show us your feats of strength.
It's true. It is time for that with me. So let's see here. So first I'm going to show you is this hardcover of Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes Volume 1 that I got Bob Wycheck, Al Milgram, and
Fucking Joe done forgot who else signed this book.
No, I'm just Howard Chaykin. I'm like, which Howard?
Oh,
Howard Chaykin and James Sherman, who like never does shows. He had a run on Legion of Superheroes stuff. I got to meet him. Got a picture.
I love how we didn't want to sign the page with the rest of everybody.
No, he wanted to sign next to his favorite story in the book that he drew.
Aw.
And I appreciate that. So that was nice. Next up, my copy of Absolute Superman for All Seasons.
Nice.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Awesome. Yeah.
For people who aren't aware, it's an incredible story. In large part because of Tim Sale. But
Tim Sale, yeah,
I love that book.
And
well, it used to be good back for what it's worth.
Yeah, and I got it signed and doodled in there by Jeff Lowe.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that was a lot of fun.
Isn't it funny when you read that book and think that Tim Sale died?
Yeah, no, I think it's always like it's so weird. Like I read so many books and I'm like, everyone's dead that worked on them. Like those Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams Batmans, it's like they're both dead. And Dick Giordano's also dead. He got dead before those two did.
Fun fact.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, but
R.I.P. by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've met Tim Sale a bunch of times. He signed and sketched it by Absolute
dope, man.
Long Halloween, like forever ago. Next up, I'm a big fan of Raggedy Ann and Andy. I got this animation cell of Raggedy Andy looking upset. And I was very like, I need this. He looks so uncomfortable and wishes he was anywhere else.
It's
and
like Joe on a fucking PCP stream.
They're like from like the 30s or something.
Is that from that super psychedelic movie they made?
No, this is from The Adventures of Raggedy Ann and Andy, which was a CBS cartoon. But
okay.
But I do love there were a lot of short movies. There was like the longer musical movie in the 70s. There was The Pumpkin Who Couldn't Smile, which is the Halloween special, which I love because that pumpkin is very upset the whole time. There's a lot of crying from this pumpkin. It cries like pumpkin seeds. It's a little over the top, personally. But let's see.
You really are an expert on Raggedy Ann and Andy, bro. Like,
I love it. I've been reading the Dell comics and the Gold Key Raggedy Ann and Andy comics. I'm thinking of maybe just putting together a quick, like, 10, 12-page Raggedy Ann and Andy sort of fan comic, but really go like Tom King with it.
Oh shit!
how
like
Robbie's out?
How like Raggedy? Because here's the thing: people might not know this about Raggedy Ann and Andy, but like Raggedy Ann has a candy heart that says "I love you" on it, and Raggedy Andy doesn't. So to like play with that dichotomy of how Raggedy Ann knows love and Andy doesn't, and it was the concept of love was not even given to him by his creator, which is really a commentary on how we treat boys and girls as they grow up in our society. I think it's an important story.
You know what's more important than that? The amount of variants that you're going to come out for this.
Yeah, I was about to be like, Dynamite Comics soon, coming soon. Dynamite Comics presents Raggedy Ann and Andy from Joe Corallo, with covers by Joseph Michael Lenzner and Lucio Perillo and fucking Adam Hughes and fucking J. Scott Campbell's even throwing his
dude.
Hat in
If
the ring.
Lucio Perillo does a Raggedy Ann and Andy cover, I want it. I'm just telling you that.
Right? I mean, I think there's a lot of potential. I think it could be really but, another thing here, I got this Spaceballs poster signed by Mel Brooks.
Nice.
Bro, you just got my vote.
Yeah, you just pulled into the lead right now,
you
bro.
Won. You just won just now. I'm sorry, you just did. Wow.
So
I need
got that. And the last thing here is an original page from Superman 78 Metal Curtain issue 2 from Gavin Guidry.
Nice.
I was like, I saw that like top panel of Superman flying, and I'm like, I need that fucking page. And then all of like the distortion there in the movement in those bottom panels. I'm like, this is a fucking page, you know?
You telling me some people still put ink on paper? Holy shit.
Some people, and when they do, I like to purchase pages when possible.
Always
great.
Yep. That was fantastic, Joe.
That's lit.
You may have just won it with the Mel Brooks thing. Yeah, and I feel bad for Hammer Time host who has to follow that up.
That slap.
God damn it.
That slap. That was lit. No cap. That was,
straight fire.
You got the ring.
You got it. It was like a glizzy going down on the Rizzy.
Yeah. I wasn't really prepared, to be honest with you. I don't have a job or a home, so I didn't buy anything. I don't know how to show photos because I've been working on I have an allocated game room now. I was working on it, so I don't know if I can show because I can't really bring you in there.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? How do I share photos, Robbie? How do you make that happen?
Fuck, man, share a screen or something, or just
I don't know how to do it.
John?
You can send me a photo. I can add it in.
Does it say?
Oh, share screen. It's right here.
We'll just keep the conversation going.
I don't know. Window. Oh, there we go. Share.
Maybe you got fired from your job because you didn't know how to work Zoom meetings, man.
This is different than fucking Zoom. Is that working, you assholes?
This room is gorgeous, by the way. Gorgeous.
I'm not done yet. I just started it. So I got my Super Famicom, my Japanese Saturn. I can't see the arcade on the left. It's cut off there in the picture, but I'm working on it, man. I'm a big Sega Nintendo guy. So
nice.
I got to get all my Zelda statues on the top shelf out and about. And then I also bought a new turntable, upgraded my turntable. So I've been listening to a lot more vinyl, and I thought I need. Do
you have a picture of that?
Is that not showing? Oh,
God damn it! Oh, shit.
God,
no.
John, John, what the fuck, dude?
Hold on. I'll do that. I'll show that too. Let's do that. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Share screen. Yes. Window. File Explorer. Share. With that.
What?
That's the same photo. That was Japanese.
Don't show that photo. Don't show that photo. Wait.
No, that's actually my lessons for this weekend. I have class. And did that work?
Look
you
at the fucking screen, man.
Click on the picture.
I can't see the goddamn thing that you're seeing. Oh,
we're seeing like a fucking window, like a like.
I don't know, man. Whatever.
I got a new grievance.
You know what?
Right?
It keeps flashing. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm done with it. Anyway, I got a new turntable. Other thing is that I ordered. I was watching the Konosuba anime, and they gloss over a lot of stuff in the show. I figured I would buy some of the manga, so I bought the first couple of volumes from Amazon Japan. Came nice, minty, fresh. A lot more kanji than I expected, so that fucking sucks. But I just have to practice. But since I bought that anyway, and I had to pay shipping, and it was a pretty good deal. I bought this awesome Super Cub book that basically is like, if you watch the Super Cub anime, it kind of shows like all the places she goes to in Japan and compares it because they based it everything on real places. And the Super Cub anime and the manga is actually really, really good. So if you like the Super Cub, either the vehicle or if you like the freaking bike, watch the anime. If you like the anime, go and buy yourself an actual Honda Cub. But anyway, the book's super, super cool. And it's got a bunch of character details, and then on top of that, details about the Cub itself and the different versions of the Cub. I think hers is maybe a 70cc. Oh, Pluto on Netflix is amazing, by the way. Watch Pluto if you have not seen it. If you're a Astro Boy fan or Adam fan, or if you're not, still watch it because it's fucking amazing.
So that's what you got.
Yeah, that's what I got. So I got sidetracked with the Pluto thing.
All right, you do not have my vote right now. I do think Joe is still probably.
I don't have any autographs from Mel Brooks. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, to wrap it up will be me. My 5 feats of strength for the year. All right. I got lots of cool toys this year. I didn't buy as many comics. I bought some toys, but I didn't buy as much stuff because this was a financially tight year, right? But there are 5 things that just meant a lot to me because to me, they represent you out there, PCP Army. All right? So first feat of strength. This is my second award I've ever gotten for best comic book review from the CBC Awards right there.
Hey,
so
it's spelled right.
Yep, and they finally put the S on Pop Culture Philosophers. Yeah. Look at that, y'all. So they've done that. They've given out this award twice. I've won it twice. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know it actually lit up. I thought you put lights or something behind it.
No, they actually light the fuck up. These are real, legitimate awards, y'all. This is not some bullshit, okay? Grown men were arguing about this shit. All right. There's my award for best ongoing series for the weekly comic book review. So that's pretty dope, right?
Well deserved, homie.
Well, thank you. This is special to me because this represents the work of many people that are friends of the show or part of the crew. Manny and Nick and Carrie and Joe and Brian and Greg, like so many people. Chris, even that fucker who told me on one of these shows that I'm not reading Tom King slow enough. Like, but look at that. Best collaboration for the monthly comic book review. That's pretty fucking dope. All right, I got 2 left. These mean a lot to me. Check this out, y'all. I won best fucking
This is going to upset some people.
I want this. We're gonna get letters, but this one is for me winning best fucking hair and beard, facial hair, whatever the fuck.
There's gonna be a whole stream about it after.
And then here's the thing. I was talking to my buddy Trevor, who was in the chat earlier, right? He was in the chat earlier, and he was talking to me about these awards. And he goes, I can't believe there was controversy. I want to know who else was nominated. I showed him, and he goes, they just have long beards and long hair. Like, that doesn't mean you have best hair. He's fucking right. When I won that award, I told my stylist, the woman who cuts my hair and does my beard and like makes me look fresh once a month. She loved it so fucking much. She called her mother to say, we won best hair. It meant so much.
And she quit her job.
No, what? She didn't. Yeah, she
Why don't we work anymore, Mom? We won best hair. Like, that doesn't work that way.
But this might be the best feat of strength that we have here at PCP, and I have in my personal life. Even though I have lots of great fucking people in my life that I love and cherish, including everybody here. Y'all, we won Channel of the Year this year, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
This means we won this over a lot of great channels, and everybody who was nominated, y'all all lost. We won. So fuck y'all. Here we go. Channel of the Year, Pop Culture Philosophers. So everybody pat yourself on the back, because it's not just me. And it's not just everybody in the crew. It's not just everybody in the Bad Batch. It's you. It's the PCP Army. It's you being here right now, including Verno. So fuck that guy too for some reason. I don't know why, but I have beef with Verno.
I got a grievance with Verno. Why are you always watching everything 2 times? I mean, what's wrong with you? Why you gotta watch things? You can't get it the first time you watch it?
They call him 2-time Verno, man. That's what they do.
Right.
He watches too much Tom King stuff. He can't get it the first time.
Yeah, right. You got to watch Verno slower. All right. So those are my feats of strength. 5 awards from the CBC Awards to represent the community that we have cultivated here. And it ain't me. I didn't set out to do this. John knows this shit, right? John, we didn't set out when we first came up with the idea to do Pop Culture Philosophers.
Yeah,
we weren't thinking about this shit.
Be a sex toy store.
Yes.
And then it became a podcast and then a YouTube thing. And the sex toy business it's just not been working out.
Evolution.
Sounds sexy. Pop culture philosopher. Dildos.
Yeah, most of our customers are the people that love the Muppet Christmas Carol movie.
They would.
And they love sex toys, but you know.
All right, so you out there in the chat, we can't end Festivus until someone is pinned and we have a winner. So vote right now. Who displayed the greatest feats of strength? Was it Brooks with his semi-average haul? Was it Link with his brand new beard and mustache trimmer? Was it John not knowing how to use his screen share properly? Was it Fable with all of his Transformers goodies? Was it Joe Corallo with all of the Mel Brooksness? Or was it me and you for winning all of these awards? You let us know right now. Let us know. Vote right now. We cannot end this. These guys are tired. We're tired. It's been a long day.
Come on, Bobby.
Throw out your name.
Audience, it's not fair to vote for yourselves.
Or no.
It's gotta be Joe, man. The Mel Brooks thing is a pretty big fucking deal.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I'd probably sell all of these Transformers.
All right, Bobby got you got Bobby's vote, Steph. Talk about
Bobby G
trying to win over the fucking
he's
crowd.
pandering. Yeah, he's pandering.
Oh, we got to vote for Fable.
Four votes. He voted 4 times.
That only counts. Ricky B's not wanting to. I don't think Ricky can bring himself to vote for Joe, but he can vote for Mel. So we got to vote. Okay, there we go. Oh, 2 for Joe. 2 for Joe.
Oh.
Man, James, come on, man. More cowbell.
We need some more votes. More votes, y'all. We want important.
I think we could cut off the voting right now.
Guys, all I need are just 4 votes. So if you can just find them for me, that would be great.
We can also cut it off again now. That works too.
Yeah. All right. Joe is up 3-2-1. Up 3-3-1.
I wasn't here, but
Hey, fuck all of y'all. You don't think 5 fucking awards? I got a new grievance. You don't think 5 fucking CBC awards is the fucking? We made a goddamn statement. We what's the word they always use in every election? There's a what do they say? There's a oh god damn it. What do they say? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like whenever like some bullshit presidential election or some shit like that, right? And then they'll be like, we have a mandate. A mandate. We said it. We have a mandate this year. Nobody's voting for me. Fuck y'all. All right. They're like, you already won, Robbie. We got more Fable votes. Joe, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, Joe.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind losing to a bunch of people with no fucking taste.
These guys are mad about your Muppet thing, is what happened.
Yeah, you screwed it all up when you talked about the Muppets. That was
I
never talk shit.
I got gorgeous things that I will cherish for years to come as Fable's openly talking about. I'm going to flip this shit out. and people are still like, I'm going with Fable on this one.
Hey, to be fair, I would have voted for you too, man. That Mel Brooks thing.
Me too, bro. Me too. That Mel Brooks thing's pretty fucking dope. It's pretty dope. All right, we're gonna let voting go for just another like minute or so. It seems like come on, y'all, vote for Robbie. Robbie. Oh, we got to vote for Brooks there with the Medusas representing Spiral. I'm sure.
There you go.
Respect.
We're getting close to call it, man. If you want to change the game, and while we're waiting, I gotta give a major shout out. We gotta give a major shout out to a very important person in my life, my girlfriend Helena, who handmade this orange simple syrup that I was drinking with my bourbon tonight as a Christmas gift, and it was absolutely delicious. I ran out of bourbon, and now I'm drinking on this bottle of Old St. Nick's eggnog that she got for me. That's actually really fucking good.
Wait, is it got alcohol in it already?
Oh yeah, it's already in there.
Like rum or something in there? Is it rum? Whiskey?
It's made with rum. It's made with rum.
Yeah, it's got to have rum.
Oh, okay. Well, I associate
rum or
with
bourbon.
But
Rum
we
or
live
bourbon.
in the South. I don't fucking trust people.
Should have made a poll for these votes. Yeah, maybe. You can add that to your list of grievances.
Joke.
Other Joe. Can you do that here? Fuck. I don't know. I'm like John over here. Like, how do I share my screen?
I don't use this. What the fuck this thing is you use? I've used Zoom. I use Skype. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this thing is. What do you have?
StreamYard is what this is.
I don't know how to use StreamYard.
You've been using it with us for 3 fucking years. What's wrong with you?
I've never done anything with it though.
He's like, I just click the link, brother, and say add. All right.
You guys are crazy.
We got a winner.
Yeah.
The winner, undisputedly, tonight of the Feats of Strength and pinning everybody, and the winner of Festivus 2023, Fable. Let us know, man. Here's your moment, bro. Here's your moment to shine.
I like to thank you guys for voting for me, for showing all these feats of strength. It cost me a lot of money to win this game. This year. But it was all worth it. It was all worth it. Now all I need is a light up award. Festivus 2023 winner. Robbie, make that happen.
Oh shit.
Make it happen. Yes.
I'm on the spot. All right. Fuck it. I'll be calling Brian right now. I'll be like, hey man, where'd you get these awards made, man? We gotta send one to Fable. And we got to send a second place blue ribbon or red ribbon, I guess, for second place to Joe. So you get a ribbon. You can get it signed by Mel Brooks if you want, Joe.
Oh, yeah, no, sure. And you know what? I'll actually keep the ribbon and cherish it for years to come. Not some fucking flipper over here.
No flipping?
And Fable, you're definitely coming for that best hair next year, bro. You got it. You're a shoo-in, man. Because not only is your hair just long, is actually like well kept up. That's the thing. That's the thing that Trevor said. This dude's just got long hair. This dude's just got a long beard. You actually like the quality of your hair, bro. And I'm like, I know. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's gorgeous. And the more gray that comes into it, the sexier it looks, bro.
Yeah, no cap.
It's great, dude.
I got
no
great
cap. No cap. It's like a glizzy on the
fire.
rizzy with the hizzy and the busy, man. It's all fucking right there. All right. Don't worry, nobody voted for me or fucking Brooks. Well, Brooks got a vote. Me and John didn't get a fucking vote, so that's fine.
I thought you get some. I figured I was doomed since I couldn't open that fucking phone.
I figured too, and we were all proven right. So.
God damn it. I have another grievance.
All right. Thus ends another fantastic Festivus here on PCP. We really do appreciate you for joining us. If you're here on the replay, just let us know what you think about any of the topics. Air your grievances. What's the worst shit of the year? Because we're right back to positivity, insightfulness, and entertainment. And you know what? Even in the midst of airing grievances, that's still what we bring here on Pop Culture Philosophers. Even Joe has a nice thing to say or two about Mel Brooks. All right.
Yes. He's great.
Yes, he's great. All right. Hammer Time Holshoe, thank you so much for being here. Final thoughts, bro.
Nothing, man. I'm happy I could join. I know it's kind of late, and I appreciate you guys having me. And I look forward to the next year, and hopefully I can find a job. So it would be nice now that I'm jobless and homeless.
Maybe once you find a job, you'll have the balls to fucking hate your previous job.
I'm just trying to be a nice person, and I may have signed something that said I couldn't say anything bad about it.
Don't worry, Holshoe. I'll give you some tips on flipping. Don't worry. We'll get rid of that game room in like 6 months. Don't worry about it.
Brooks, thank you so much for being here. Final thoughts, my man.
Just happy Festivus, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the things, and hope we have a good one and even better one next year.
Absolutely, man. 24, we're gonna do it some more. What about you, Link? What do you got to say?
Take care of each other and make sure you keep it rizzed up and all that stupid, dope, crazy shit that kids say these days. Slap it.
My favorite moment tonight was when Joe started complaining about the younger generation's speech, because I was like, I think that's hilarious, and I know you're doing it for the bit, but you're also right.
He's just mad because he's got no drip.
It fucks.
It's subpar.
Fable, the winner. Final thoughts. Thank you for being here, bro. First of all, Fable, I fucking love you. And if 2023 was the year of PCP, 2024 is going to be the year of Fable, the Bad Batch, and the entire army, y'all. We're taking this shit over. We're ruining everybody. We're wrecking it. All I want next year is best comic review. And all I want next year is if they do add in the category of best live stream, that better be fucking Rockin' Robbie live.
There you go.
Fuck Fable and his amazing friends if they think they got anything on that. All right.
Wait, I got a grievance all of a sudden.
Save it.
Dude, there's only one thing left to say. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Station.
Fuck yeah. Joe, I love having you on the show. We're going to see you again very soon. Yes. None of us have really, I don't know where everybody's at right now, but if you're like me, you need to start watching some Police Academy fucking movies.
Oh, shit.
All right. Look at Fable. He just forgot again.
Yeah. No, I'm getting on that right after Christmas. I got to work in a few more Christmas specials. And
the John Denver one, for instance, with the Muppets you love.
Absolutely. But before we go, I also, one of the other things I left out before is fucking vibe. We're vibing. Like I fucking hate that so fucking much.
It's a vibe, Joe. It's a vibe.
I feel you. I think you and I are vibing right now.
You know, because it's this shorthand, like, reworking of fucking hippie nonsense from decades ago. It's just the same fucking word. They're just using it again, except they're using it lazier than before. And it's just like, oh, we're just vibing. And just like, what are you fucking? You selling me crystals? What are we fucking doing here,
bro? I feel called out, dude. One of my posts that I did on Instagram from Scarefest was me like drinking a margarita at a restaurant after Scarefest day one, and my caption just went vibing. Yeah. So I feel like that really bothered you, Joe.
Well, what does that even mean? What, you're just trying to make it sound cool that you're sitting there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Is that what it is? It's like
the vibe check is in the red, dude.
And here's the thing too. Yeah. Here's the thing too. Ask John. John took that photo. That was a totally fucking fabricated fucking post photo, wasn't it, bro? It was kayfabe to shit.
We're at a very elite, rare restaurant that's only in also Huntsville.
Oh, by the way, we were at we kept eating at this fucking taco restaurant called Agave and Rye in Lexington for Scarefest that I was enamored with. So was John, because we thought it was like a local place. No, it's a fucking chain. Believe it or not, we have one here in my town. It's been here for fucking years. And me and John didn't even fucking know that.
I didn't know.
What the fuck is wrong? We could go there any fucking time and have the same tacos.
FYI, I want to try a variety of restaurants while we're in, and he only wanted to go back to the same fucking place.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, they got tequila and they got tacos, man. And there was that hot fucking serve. Come on, man. Whatever. There are hot people that work there, man.
But there's like, there was something like years ago when the same people, you would just say chillin'. Remember that? Like, there was a lack of pretension to that. Like, there's such pretension in vibing. Like I feel like, just chilling and stuff like that. It felt like more relatable. Like the working class could rally around that. It feels like there's this like hoity-toityness to fucking vibing. So, it's just it feels alienating.
It's hoity. It's right.
Yeah. It's just like you sound like a jackass, I think is the problem. It's just like,
and you're right, bro. That post should have been way better. It would have been way better if I would have just went chilling.
Right? Well, chilling, it's like, you're just chilling. Vibing just sounds like, what are you, communing with the earth? Like, what are you fucking talking about?
I took my shoes off. I'm like barefoot. There's earth. Like my feet are in the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
I'm becoming one with the earth. But like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
all right. For my final thoughts, first of all, PCP movie night returns Friday night, New Year's Evil, the last PCP movie night of the year. We're wrapping up Holiday Horror Fest. It's going to be a grand old time. And then January 8th, the Police Academy franchise. That's going to be fucking dope. January, Rockin' Robbie Live returns. Weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up returns. Rex and Robbie show returns. Like so many of our shows that are on hiatus briefly right now will be returning in January, and the weekly comic book review never ends. So thank you so much, PCP Army, but also fuck you for voting fucking Fable as the winner tonight. But it's all right. It's all right. I have the best hair, and I don't give a shit.
Me and the community are vibing. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all. No cap. We love you. Have a happy holiday season. Y'all are the best.